Hello. Hello, hello. How's everyone? And thankfully I got the camera angle kind of working. I had it like set right before the stream was about to start, but then my gimbal decided to go haywire. So I had to reset it. But I hope everyone's doing well this Thursday. Hello, Oni, and Air Juster, Trin, Vicious Soldier, Bobby, Daniel. Hello, hello. Hello, Alex and Sai. I'm really excited to get into this Game Boy. I know everyone's talking about Pokemon Legends EA right now, but I decided to skip out on that release for the initial launch window. Hoping to probably get it eventually. I don't know when I'll actually play it, but eventually is the idea. And yeah, we'll have fun building today and reminiscing about, you know, the good old Game Boy. I actually never owned the first Game Boy or the Game Boy Pocket. My first ever console, really, was this Game Boy Color here. So I have a lot of fond memories with this guy, but I just think the whole Lego set for this Game Boy is really cool. So I picked this up a couple weeks ago at Costco because they had it discounted, so I'm excited to build it. Do you order the Lego Game Boy online or in store? So I initially actually had it pre-ordered on Amazon for MSRP, but then I saw that Costco got it in early, and they're also discounting it like, I think $15 less than MSRP. So I picked it up at Costco. And whatchamacallit, hello. Yes, there's no tray, but I do have a white blanket under me, so if something falls, I'll find it. This one does have fewer pieces. There's only 421 pieces this time, so yeah, no tray. Maybe that's bad. I have a desk mat. I don't know, maybe I could use my Trails desk mat to keep pieces from wandering too far. That might be the thing to do. Oh gosh, I'm behind already. Hello, hello. Hello, Aquanata. Let's see. Hello, Justin. Gonna drop pieces counter. No, let's not have a drop pieces counter. That's embarrassing. Hello, Sin. I think it'll be a fun build too. This might be good ASMR. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how that all works. Let's see, I like this one. I was going to get it for my B-Day, but I already spent a lot on a new game, so I'm going to wait a little bit. That's fair, you know? I feel like the Game Boy, or like any of the Lego sets, right, they are pretty well stocked for like a year or two before, I guess, they discontinue them. So always, you don't have to pick them up right away, you know? You're playing Pokemon right now? Nice, nice. I wonder if my Game Boy still works. I hope you didn't leave the batteries in. Corrosion is not so good with these handhelds. You also had a Game Boy Color. Nice. I also had a Game Boy Advance, which is back there. But the Game Boy Color was my first. And the whole Link's Awakening, right? DX, we're gonna build, basically, the Link's Awakening cart, right? In Lego form today, along with Super Mario Land. So that's exciting. Let's see, I owned the Game Boy Color back when I was 10 when it came out. Yep, same. Costco had it discounted and even had it early. Yep. Let's see, you had the silver Game Boy Pocket. That's nice. Atomic Purple Game Boy Color was my first Game Boy, along with the with the Pokemon Gold and Silver for my brother. Yes, this was my first ever Game Boy game, I think. This, and also I think Super Mario Deluxe 3? Whichever one was the Game Boy Color version of that port. That's the one I had, but so far I just have this one. I probably should check down that Mario game, because it is nostalgic to me. I did play that quite a bit. They're coming out with a mod kit for it that, yeah, I've seen that online, that there's like a mod kit where you could basically use this as your shell, right? And then put an actual like screen in there to play, which is cool. My Costco locations don't carry the Game Boy, unfortunately. That's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Hello, Zippy Tuna. I had the purple one and a green one. Green was such a cool color. Honestly, I think all the Game Boy Color line of like options there were good colors. I kind of miss those colors, you know? They gotta bring them back. Maybe with the Switch 2, if they do like a light version, have them in that color wheel. I think that'd be cool. This Game Boy was the first gaming thing that I owned. Yeah. I think that checks out for a lot of us. Like, yeah, this was definitely my first actual gaming thing I owned. Still have very fond memories of it. Shout out to Costco. always. D-Mac, hello, happy Thursday. Yeah, my Costco had it for $43. Everywhere else it's like 60, right? Yeah, I think mine was the same. So even more than $15 off. Crazy, huh? Crazy. Congrats on finishing the remake for Trail's first chapter. Yeah, that's so good. Happy to know you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll enjoy it too. I hope so too when you get to it, Daniel. I think you'll have a lot of fun. It's a great game. P-Soup original Game Boy was an experience as a kid. Culver City one carried it, but that's out of the way. I was surprised. I don't think you could, they don't have it online where they ship it to your store, which is too bad. They should have done that. Hello, still alive? I bet this is selling like hotcakes. I think the price point, especially if you get it at Costco, too good to pass up. Too good. I'll put you on the background. No worries. You enjoyed Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen. Hello, Maths. Battery corrosion pretty much kills everything. It does. I also have the Game Boy Advance. Shout out to Golden Sun and Castlevania Circle of the Moon. I still need to get a copy of Golden Sun because for our podcast, we're doing like a book club thing where we're playing a game all together and discussing it. Golden Sun was one that's chosen. So I might have to do the NSO version for it, but I was kind of hoping to find a copy and just play it on my analog pocket. My Game Boy Color was Atomic Purple. Let's see, I had 2 Game Boys, great games. Hello, Arnold Breach. And Greg, hello. Let's see, Super Mario Land and Link's Awakening cards. Yes. It's so cool that they included 2 of these. I wish they had more. They should have like supplemental packs. I think that'd be cool. Let's see, I had the OG Fat Game Boy and Mario. So I didn't have Super Mario Land. I had the Game Boy Color one with the clear cart. I think it was Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Like it was a port on the Game Boy Color. I forget if there was a number behind that or not. I'm not good with my Mario games. You had the Fat Game Boy with Mario Land, some Tetris and tennis. Nice. Bugs Bunny Castle, Crazy Castle. That kind of sounds like a fun game. I'll have to hunt that down maybe. One thing I like to do at conventions now is to try to find loose carts for cheap of like, licensed IPs and see if they're any good on the Game Boy or Game Boy Color. So next time I'm at a convention, I think I'm going to try to hunt down more. 6 golden coins, epic Game Boy game. Oh. You had the green one. Hopefully my old Game Boy is still in my mom's garage. Hopefully it's weathered okay. We are Kirkland household, that we are. Game Boy had an amazing library, agreed. They should make a Lego version of the one you had. I would not be upset if they had a line of Nintendo consoles in Lego form. I would not be upset if they do that. Just make sure they don't put it all at once, because that's a lot to spend on Legos all at once, but that'd be really cool, I think, if they had that. I stopped buying Lego cold turkey, but there's something about the kit that made me get it. Yeah. I'm gonna have an issue, I think, if they keep coming out with really cool Lego sets I want, because right now I just have the One Piece set, which is really cool, and now we have this one. And Raiders, welcome. Hello, Mallard Live. How are y'all doing? We just started. You can see it's still in the box here, but building this Game Boy Lego set, which should be fun. When are they gonna make a Costco warehouse for Lego? Oh my, that Lego set would be ridiculous. Sorry, I am way behind on chat here. Hello, Trevor. Let's see. Punching Way. I built this set yesterday and had a lot of fun with it. Oh, I'm looking forward to today then. You guys deciding the games together or community voted or something? For the book club, yes, we had a poll just to see like what everyone wanted to play in their backlog, and that Golden Sun was the one that had the most votes. over on our podcast, the JRPG Pursuit. So I ended up buying the Lego hibiscus set at Costco. I saw that one was pretty, so pretty. There's a guy down the road from me that sells a ton of retro stuff, and I bought an original Game Boy from him, and I didn't check back like idiot tons of corrosion. Oh no, oh no. You had Pokemon Yellow too? Yes, Pokemon Yellow. I decided to pull out my Pokemon games just to mark the occasion, you know, because we have the new Pokemon game came out today, even though I don't have it, but that's okay. It did have it actually at my Costco. I went this morning. They had it on the floor, $5 off if you want to get the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. And I don't know if I should bring this up, but I saw a lot of people on Twitter that were still confused if you could play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition on a Switch 1. And I got so harassed when I made posts about that on Twitter, saying everyone knows that they're both forward and backwards compatible. What are you talking about that this is an issue? It's clearly an issue. I've been seeing so many posts of people being confused. Anyway. I didn't know this came out already. It did. I think technically it came out early at Costco. So I got my hands on it last week, the week before, maybe the week before, and been waiting to build it. Let's see. That's how they get you. Always, there's always something, right? They need a Pokemon Pocket Light in gold. That'd be cool, Marco. That would be cool. Let's see, Game Boy is all about Kirby. I don't have any actual Kirby Game Boy games. The only console I have Kirby games on right now is actually my 3DS. I know there's been a lot on other consoles, but someday I might try to expand that. I bought Lion Knights and Castle Orient Express before it's gone. Oh, for a Lego? Nice. A Kirby Ping Bowl is better than the Kirby games, is what Bobby says here. I've not played Kirby Pinball. I played a couple Kirby games though. I liked them. I think they're nice, like easy platformers. You need to compare the Lego cart size to the real cart. Yes, I'll have to do that, of course. Once we, I want to say it's like a 1-to-1 replica, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm just going to compare the size. Unfortunately, I don't have an actual Game Boy because I don't have one, but I'll compare it to my color. See, for size comparisons, you know? Let's see, I was really addicted to Pokemon Pinball on the Game Boy Color. I think I tried that a little bit. I don't think I had it for long. It was like one of the games we got in and then traded kind of right away. I think because we didn't spend too much time on it, my brother and I, in our shared collection. Let's see, I think Gold was my favorite Pokemon game. The music just hit different. So I never had Gold. I've only had Silver, but I played this game like an embarrassing number of times as a kid. Like from start to finish. Like I love this game so much. It was very much a part of what made me, I think, really into JRPGs. Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal music is definitely special. Honestly, I think there's so much about Gen 2 that's very special that still hasn't really been replicated for me. I don't know if that's because of just nostalgia, but something very special about the Gen 2. When it comes to, you know, unique Pokemon they had there, how they did the pixel art, just a sense of adventure, all the maps, how you could go back to Kanto. That's very cool. Very cool time to be a Pokemon fan. My top 3 Zelda games, they would have to be, my favorite is A Link to the Past, and I love A Link Between Worlds, and then I also like Breath of the Wild. So I would say those are my top 3. I also love the Oracle games. There's a lot of Zelda games I've not played though. A lot of the 3D ones I've not played outside of the ones on Switch. I'll have to crack that someday. I love seeing you clap back and or express your honest opinions on Bluesky. Oh, thank you. I try. It's just exhausting. I've actually had to change my notifications on Twitter, especially, just so that I don't have everyone shouting at me all the time. Because it gets it wears you down, you know, when you get people trying to attack you, who don't even follow you, but attack you. It's annoying. So I had to change how they notify me. So I'm less responsive on there now because of that, but I still make my tweets. Hello, Bowl Cut Knight. I hope I enjoyed this build too. Let's see, I want the Lego Agua. It's like 110. Oh man. It's not the worst price, but Legos do add up for sure. Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, and Link Between Worlds. That's your top 3 trend. Nice. So I've only played Link's Awakening, the remaster on the Switch, which I liked a lot. Don't get me wrong. I've been thinking of actually playing the Game Boy Color version they had at some point, just to compare. Because I feel like I maybe enjoyed that more than the remaster they did. Like, the remaster, I think, has its charm, you know, in that style that they, like, the almost claymation-like style they have, you know, for the remasters. I think it's still just not my favorite. I don't know. I still haven't also played Zelda's game that they came out with, Echoes of Wisdom, yet. I've been thinking about picking it up recently. I haven't yet. Speaking of gold, pick up Cyndaquil. Cindy! My first starter! I have him here too. I love Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil is a good boy. Good boy. Though honestly, I liked all the starters from Gen 2. I know they have Totodile, right? In Legends ZA. Probably, once I eventually get that, it probably won't be until like a year or 2 from now. I'll probably go with him as my starter, because they don't have Cindy. Link to the Past hype, yes. I'm basically a Pokemon master. You choose stats as a career because of Pokemon. I wouldn't say it was because of Pokemon. But there's a lot of critical thinking, I would say, with some of those games when you're growing up. That could help with min-maxing things. I don't want to go too crazy on Lego sets. No, I don't have the room for them. Same, I used to sit in waiting rooms and play yellow or red and blue. Speaking of golds, yes. See, I was really sick as a kid, so I would go play Pokemon in the hospital. I wish they would do a pixel reimagining of red, blue, yellow. That would be really cool, honestly. I would be into that. I know they did, you know, the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee games, but a nice like HD 2D sort of pixel art, I think, reimagining would be really cool. I know there's a lot of like fan ones, but like an official one, I think would be cool. You seem unafraid to voice your opinions, I've noticed. I try to be. I get annoyed with people misinterpreting what I'm saying or putting words in my mouth, but it is what it is. I get lots of people attacking me online. If you put yourself out there, you'll get people attacking you, no matter what. Something you may not know about the Pokemon series, it was inspired by monster capture mechanic and Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Blade. You know what? I really want Dragon Quest V to have an HD 2D remake at some point. Hopefully that happens. We'll have to see after they finish up with, you know, the HD 2D of 1 and 2, and then probably the reimagined 7, what they're going to do next with Dragon Quest. And 12. Whenever 12's going to come out. Yeah, Twitter's annoying, but it's useful. Like, you get a lot of news on Twitter, so that's usually mostly why I have it. And, like, I guess I have a following on there, so I try to post on there. Because most people who follow me are fine. It's just the people who don't, who like to attack, are annoying. Especially when you criticize something ever so slightly. They're quick to jump out your throat. See, I played a crap out of red and blue in my carts, which reset randomly sometimes. Really? Maybe you had like a faulty battery or something, but that's annoying. Spent the whole day trying to catch Chansey and finally caught one, and it took a break. Oh, I don't think I've never actually completed a Pokédex in one of my playthroughs. I always just tried to have different teams to see how far I would get with a different team, because I was just curious about the evolution lines and like what moves they would get and how they would be like interact as a team. So I tried to do just multiple different teams when I would do my replays as a kid. And that was also my first time I encountered a shiny Pokemon, and I had no idea it was a shiny. I thought something was glitched. I was like, what? Why does it look so funny? I forgot what Pokemon it was. I remember what area I found it. I found it, you know, in front of the Pokemon farm where you could, you know, raise eggs and stuff. Whatever that was called. And silver. It was in the grassy plains there is where I found my first shiny Pokemon, but I forget which one it was. It just had the strangest look and I was so confused. And I was about to catch it, but then I think I accidentally like overkilled it. And so I couldn't catch it, of course, once they faint. Which is always a curious thing to me. Like, is there something in the lore, like when Pokemon faint, you can't catch them? Or they just made that into a mechanic because that just adds some sort of, you know, difficulty to the game. Because you would think if anything was like fainted, you could just take it as yours, right? Rights by fainting? I don't know. Would you do a Gunpla kit on stream? I tried to do that, Napalm. I tried to do that for this kit here. You could see the VOD on my YouTube channel a couple months back. It did not go well because the pieces were small and I got distracted and I was dropping things and it was not fun. Me trying to make the Gunpla. But maybe eventually, if I get better at it, or if I have a really simple one with big pieces, maybe. The thing is, I like to use an X-Acto knife to shave off, you know, the bits rather than sandpaper and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just feel like that's not safe to do on stream. Hello, Justin Does Stuff. Long time no see. Welcome, welcome. Echoes of Wisdom was meh. Now I'm seeing it was good. I'm seeing conflicting things here. And I'm also way behind on comments, so apologies if I get to these slowly. Did you see on Steam September top releases? Trails Remake got silver. I did not. It would probably be in gold if it didn't have two separate versions from different publishers. Oh, both versions are silver. That's amazing. I'm so happy that the remake's doing well. I'm so happy more people are playing Trails. So good. Cyndaquil was your starter when he first played Gold in Japanese. Oh, Cyndaquil's a good boy, guys. Good boy. Good boy, Cindy. Look at his little smile there. He has like the funniest little smile under that. Squirtle Squad, prize up. Yeah, I didn't have red or blue. I just had yellow, so I just only had really Pikachu as my starter for Gen 1. Twilight Princess on the Switch would be nice. Then I could actually play it. I've heard good things about it. Let's see, I actually just built the Lego Game Boy last week. It feels pretty great. I was thinking about grabbing this and put it on my shelf. It's empty. Oh. Zelda 2 Link's Adventures of Link is off. Games we want to forget. Oh. Brayden, good afternoon. Yes, an HD 2D Pokemon would get Nintendo so much millennial cash. It really would, man. It would. Zelda Talk made me think of the saying, when going online, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Yes. Dragon Quest V is wonderful. Played it on the DS. A modern remake would be awesome. It would be. The closest thing that we have to Dragon Quest V remake for the PS2. Was that ever localized or was that just Japan only? I didn't realize that was in English. Really seems like Golden Sun or remakes and remasters. As someone who hasn't played a lot of the 90s, early 2000s classics, it's great. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I've never played it before. I've never played Minish Cap either. Japan only, fans translated for, okay, Dragon Quest V. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, I tried to do research on what, you know, JRPGs came out here on the PS2 when I was trying to, you know, hunt down things for convention seeking, but that was not on my list. I did get 8 though. Did I make it back? Yes, I got past the gaff fight and tactics, which is exciting. Glad we still call Twitter, not X, right? Right. Dragon Master, hello. Racing games? No, I'm not really a racing game person. I don't even do kart racers. The funny Pokemon? Cyndaquil's not funny. What do you mean? He's a cutie. He's a cutie. I have not played actually the DS versions of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. When I was looking into getting them, when I had the 3DS, they were so expensive. I'm like, why? Why are they so expensive? You made so many. So I still haven't bit the bullet if I want to just buy a used copy for like however much they go for now, which is ridiculous money, or just get, you know, one of those emulator carts. Probably should do that. Or just wait for probably the inevitable remaster. I don't know when that'll be though, because they're so slow to do these. I'm hearing you say experimenting with Pokemon teams. I think you would love Path of Exile 1 and 2. Maybe. I just have so many games, you know, in my backlog. Enjoy your baseball game, Sippy. Let's see. My friend found a shiny, and it would give him more XP if he killed it. Oh. Oh. Adds difficulty and tension. Yeah. I never saw a shiny in 7 gens. I played through, but also colorblind. I don't know if that would impact that, but maybe it would. Am I good at jigsaw puzzles? Yeah. I don't do too many, but yeah, I usually make them in short time. You have like a 1 in 8,192 chance to encounter a shiny in Gen 2. Well, apparently that happened to one of my playthroughs, and I was so confused at the time. Let's see. New game has a sound for shinies. Oh, interesting. That's nice, at least. To be like, this is special. You should catch it. I don't play enough Pokemon. Never seen a shiny. I've been there with small pieces. Would say Heart Golds or HG or SD are good starts. Okay, I think I missed what that meant. Sorry, Napalm. For the Gunpla, maybe? Bleeding on stream might be against TOS. Oh, yeah, I think so. That's why Zacta Blade's probably not a good idea. My thoughts on Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. I've never played the originals. Maybe eventually I'll pick them up on the Switch too, but I'm in no hurry, to be honest. I don't really have that much nostalgia for Mario, which I know sounds a little blasphemous. Let's see. Some baseball talk. Too bad Soul Silver adds so much good stuff. I hear it's like the pinnacle of Pokemon. I want to play them. I really want to play Soul Silver in particular, of course, because I've played, you know, Silver is my OG here. But maybe someday I'll find a means to play it. Find a means. All Pokemon games are pricey. It's ridiculous with how many they've made. That's what demand does, right? Supply and demand, all that. Probably play Heart Gold, Silver on a hacked 3DS. Probably. I probably could. I would have to look more into that, of course. And I know they make, you know, those DS carts with a bunch of games on them. You just can insert, which would work on a 3DS. Some shinies look way different, but they're like adjacent colors on the color wheel. Oh, yeah, I know the shinies could be different across gen, right? When it comes to the look, maybe not. But definitely could have some impact on color blindness. It depends on, of course, what type of color blindness you have. I know different types. Mario is upset you have nostalgia for him. Sad, Mamma Mia. Oh, like I mentioned, right? I had the Game Boy Color Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, that one. The port or whatever. That was really the only Mario game I played until Mario Odyssey, which, because I didn't really have that many like Nintendo stuff prior to that. Let's see. Some fans consider Heart Gold Soul Silver to be the best Pokemon ever. That's why they're spendy. I know. I heard too, like, to get the Pokewalker and all that, they sold it at mostly just GameStop, right? And I think GameStop messed it up on launch. I don't know. I don't know the specifics. I was around that time, but I was not hunting out games because I think that's when I was in college and didn't have time to buy games, unfortunately, or the funds to buy games, to be honest. But it is. She doesn't have nostalgia for Sonic either. It's true. I don't. I've still yet to play a Sonic game. I should correct that at some point. I will say Galaxy 2 looks phenomenal in 4K now. It's kind of mind-blowing. Oh, that's cool to hear. I've seen a toy company called Bluesky. They make a lot of model kits, but they're beginner-friendly and get lots of IP. That could be fun. Like, I could do advanced model kits. I just don't think I could do it on stream because I feel like I need to like focus on it, make sure I don't cut myself. And I just think that would not be entertaining to watch, right? I don't know. Unless we had like a silent hour. Emily just concentrating and not interacting. But I think that would not be fun though. He's gonna drown his depression in a large bowl of spaghetti. Oh. See, I had Deluxe on my 3DS too. It was good. Just small screen makes it hard to play sometimes. It can. Breath of Fire is my nostalgia series. I've never played Breath of Fire either. I've been interested, especially in 3 and 4. Wow, you managed to avoid Mario for a long time. I did. I did. I think it's because I was mostly interested, you know, in like more heavily narrative-based games, like JRPGs. And so that's kind of what I focused on. Am I disciplined? Sometimes. In some things, not in all things. Others say Black and White 2 are the best. That is true. I've heard very good things about Black and White 2. I've never played those either. Someday. You're currently playing Yote? How is it going? I've heard amazing things about Yote. I've been curious about it, but there's just too many good games coming out these days. I can't play them all, you know? It's hard. Do I play Fire Emblem games? Of course I do. I love Fire Emblem. Some of my favorites. I want to replay the Game Boy Color Advance ones. So I actually had the physical cards on there and plan to replay those on my analog pocket at some point. Maybe in December when things in theory should be slowing down. I don't know. But yeah, I loved them on the 3DS, on the Switch. Let's see, I think I've naturally encountered 2 shiny Pokemon total, having completed every Pokédex since Gen 1. Yeah, the rates for shiny is not so great. And THX, thank you for the super chat. What was your first game system? Okay, my first game system was technically my computer. But if we discount computer, this Game Boy Color here was my first ever. Handheld one. When it comes to home consoles, it was the PS2. I had the fat PS2. And played the heck out of them. When you're younger, did you play PS, more PS than Nintendo? So I had, when I was younger, Nintendo handheld consoles. So my Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. But honestly, I didn't have that many games for them. I had more games on the PS2, so I played more PlayStation franchises and like first-party franchises for sure. So I have a bit more nostalgia, I guess, for those IPs more than Nintendo's. But Esto, hello. Sonic X Generations is a good one to try. Someday, maybe. Buying consoles that don't play games, that's not going to help with the backlog. This does help with the backlog, right? That means I don't have another console to consider playing a different game and buying more games for it, right? I just have my little display thing here. Valeris, hello. Silksong is hard as hell. I've heard it's hard. I don't know when I'll try it. I felt so accomplished after beating Hollow Knight on stream. I feel like I need to give some time before I attempt Silksong. I want to bask in that glory, you know, of beating it, and not get dragged down if I'm not so good at Silksong. Am I a fan of tactics-based RPGs overall? Yes. I didn't really discover them until like the 3DS era, with Fire Emblem Awakening specifically, but I like tactical games a lot. And more recently, of course, playing Final Fantasy Tactics. I've been really liking the Ivalice Chronicles version. Do you like Mario RPGs? So I've only played one Mario RPG, and that's the Thousand Year Door remake on Switch, and I liked it. It was just a little slow for me. Like, the text progression was very slow, and I'm like, can we get going? But it was fun. I thought it was cute, and it looked great. I haven't tried the Mario and Luigi ones. Mario has a very deep story, much nuance. well, they could very well be. It's just, I guess it flies over my head. Yote is a super immersive game. I bet. Let's say 2025 is a great year for games. I think so. So many great remakes, remasters, and some new IP too. Awesome Goku, hello. Emily with the Lego set. Yes, Straw Hat. I got the Lego set. Pacing's great in Yote. Glad to hear that. You had the Atomic Game Boy Color too. It's such a nice color, right? I wish we had more, you know, of these transparent, just electronics, right? I think they're so cool from the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. We need more. Just got a Pretendo. There were a lot of great PS2 games and new franchises introduced. There were. I enjoyed all the ones I played, really, back on the PS2. But there's a lot I didn't get to because there's so many games. Yep, there's been some mods, and I think they're going to make that like a more commercial one that you could just buy if you wanted to do it yourself, which is cool. I have that as well, and I can't wait to build. Yes, I beat Hollow Knight on stream. You can check out the VOD, the last one on Hollow Knight. I just got, I think, the most basic ending because I only beat it at 71%, and I didn't do some of the things, but I still beat it. It was fun. Silk Song is one of those games you buy to test your those limits. Yeah. I bet so. Some cool mods options. Maybe future stream. Maybe. If that requires soldering on stream, I don't know. I would feel a little bit nervous about that. It could be fun. You could go through an entire life cycle and never play the entire PS2 library, right? So many games, so many cool games. Spent hours playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advance on the GBA. That's one I've been looking to pick up too, actually. Now that I'm trying to get more Game Boy game, like loose cards. Ozla, hello. Old Transparent Tech was so fun. It really was. You got the Soul Reaver remaster, so I'll be playing that sometime. Oh, I've been curious about that. I might get it eventually because I know it hit retail. It's no longer just a, limited run exclusive. But I don't know. A Lego PSP or Vita could be cool. Maybe more tricky to build than this, but maybe it's possible. What about glow-in-the-dark stuff? Oh, there's no glow-in-the-dark stuff anymore. They were definitely really cool back then. I know everyone had, the stars on their ceiling growing up. I think I asked my mom to do that one time, and she's like, "No, we're not sticking anything on the ceiling, Emily. No." LRG is sending. Oh, I just got my tracking number for the Sky First Chapter Steelbook too. So finally, we'll see when they actually send it. They've only just printed the label, I think. Bouncer game on the PS2 by Square Enix is so unique and underrated. I've been curious about it. I know the cover looks like Sora from Kingdom Hearts, but I still want to try it sometime. My first Game Boy was a black pocket, and after that I got the teal Game Boy Color. My brother had the teal one, but then he had some dead pixels because I think he dropped it a few times, and then he got a replacement, the yellow one. So those are the ones that we had growing up. Do you have Lego sets for other Nintendo consoles? I do not. I don't have any nostalgia for an NES or SNES, so I didn't actually get those, and they're kind of pricey, but they look cool. They do look cool. Let's see, I noticed the Ys vs. Trails fighting game recently came out. I wonder if it's a canonical story. I did a stream on that, Daniel. It's not canonical. It's just kind of, it's a tribute to Falcom fans. You get some interactions between the characters that they say kind of weird things to each other. And they are on this kind of weird, isekai kind of story. So it's not really canon, but it's fun from that respect. I wouldn't say the mechanics were that fun for me as someone who does not play arena fighters, but they were interesting. There was a little bit of a learning curve for some of the characters, though, I noticed. Same, even though I don't own the PS5, I bought the deluxe remaster. I want to get the CD and art book of the game. Oh, nice. Okay, I wanted to finish this on stream, so maybe I should start building and stop yapping. Oh gosh, I hate it when they make you like punch in something, the box, to open it. I feel like that's the worst. Could I avoid that? I think I have to do that. They don't have like a flap I could just tear open. I just feel like I'm really in the box when I do that. Even though I probably should ditch the box. It's not like this is going to be valuable at some point because of how many copies they made. And it's kind of an awkward box. Oh gosh, do I punch the holes with my thumbs? X-Acto knife? I do have my X-Acto knife right here. So let's hope I don't draw blood. I do have it. It's just there's no nice seam to open it otherwise, except like this way. That's like just taking off an entire panel there. I think I had to punch it. I think I had to punch this guy. Normally they have the tape, right? Right? Hello. Am I interested in Tri-Ace produced games? Yes, I have some Star Ocean and Valkyrie Profile games in my backlog. Resonance of Fate, I know that's on the PS3, which I do not have. But if they ever make a remaster of it on modern systems, I probably would try it. Do you have a Game Boy Micro? I do not. They looked really cute though. Okay, do I punch it? Do I punch it? Do I X-Acto knife it? I don't know. I don't like cutting it. I don't like cutting it. Maybe it's to make it less resellable. It's possible. She's gonna stab us. No. Watch out, she has a knife. I do. Oh man, I love. Let's see. Kind of like Final Fantasy Dissidia. Yeah, I never played Dissidia, so I can't say if Falcom's like that. I want to say it's not. It seemed kind of like a weird, unique way to go about fighting the characters, but punch it. Okay, I'm gonna punch it. Oh god, don't like rip awfully. No, this is not okay. This is not a good punch out thing. It just wants to bend. Okay, even if I do punch this out, like, what's that gonna do? Like, mechanically, what is that gonna do? I feel like it's just gonna make me rip the box anyway. Because it's not like this is attached just here. I don't know. We'll follow the instructions. And hopefully I don't hurt myself. And don't cut anything I shouldn't be cutting. This is not safe. Hold on. Alrighty. This is not going well. Because I think they just want me to punch over here. And then might as well just carry it over to over here. So if I do this, I think I still have to tear it open. There must be a more elegant way to open this up, right? Must be. Oh, wow. I want a somewhat salvageable box. Okay, it kind of opens. And then can I pull it up? All right. And then peel. There you go. I destroyed the box, but oh well. I know you're supposed to cut away. It's hard at this angle. I was careful though, don't worry. So we got bag 3, bag 2, bag 4, and bag 1 with, looks like some stickers, and bag 5 with a nice, ooh, stickers, more stickers. Little instruction booklet here. Talks the box heal your generational box trauma. I do have some generational box trauma. I'm not gonna lie. We've been talking about Pokemon. I used to have these boxes, but no more. I don't know what happened to them. I think folded them up nicely and stored them somewhere, but they are gone. I'm so sad. Let's see. Probably poke a hole in the knife and seam. Start punching it. Yep. It worked out. It worked out. Okay. let's see what's in here. So they're advertising Builder app. Ooh, look how snazzy this is in all these different languages. Look how nostalgic this is. It's just like how they design these pages, man. You know those shadow boxes some people make of dissecting like controllers or handheld systems? I've always been kind of wanting one of those. I know they're kind of pricey, but they're really neat. This kind of reminds me of this. Oh, you can even look at the inner guts. Oh, this is so cool. This is really cool. And they even have like a fake battery in the cart for Zelda, but not for Mario Land. This is so cool. Oh, they have a little information about the games too. This is so fun. So fun. Too bad they didn't have like fake cardboard, you know, for the boxes and stuff. So you could store your Game Boy like that. And some nice little... I lifted this for the thumbnail on YouTube, this image. All right, shall we get started with bag number 1? I'm going to set these over here. And I guess my mouse pad here will be catching my my pieces. Let's see. Yeah, we'll be putting the stickers definitely on the carts so they look cool. I gotta run. Have fun building. I will. Thanks for stopping by, Air Adjuster. Yeah, back one. So, should I organize these? Oh, I've already have a casualty. No. Where'd it go? Oh no. Hopefully that. Okay, that may have been an extra piece. No, I don't think it was. Oh no. Hold on. Let me find it. I think I found it. I don't think my white blanket had it. No. Where'd it go? Well, I hope it was one of those extra pieces and not something oh, I found it. I found it. It was this little gray piece. Okay. Let's be more careful. White blanket has failed us. It was next to the white blanket, so it probably helped with its fall a little bit, and then it just rolled slightly off the blanket. So it's okay. It's okay. Let me organize these. Oh, already has Game Boy, Nintendo Game Boy printed on there. This is our lifter. And just, again, may as well get organized so it's easy to find the pieces I'm searching for. Dropped Lego piece counter 1. No. What should my goal be today? How many pieces should I not drop? Less than 10? I don't know. What? I guess this is only a 420 something piece set, so less than 5. Let's go less than 5. That is my goal. I will not drop more than 5 pieces today. Is this already? Oh, no. It's supposed to be on there. Losing Legos from the set is the worst. It is. It really is. Learn not to step on a Lego piece, so brace your foot. Yes. It can be painful, though. These little guys shouldn't be too painful, right, to step on, in theory. Others have been searching 20 years for lost Lego pieces. I found mine quickly, that is true. So it's not all too bad. All right, I think I kind of organized them. So hopefully I won't be scrambling trying to find them. All right. I think I'm also supposed to do these as well. Open this bag up. And when it comes to like the game itself, there's like you can see the lenticularness. So that's so cool. So it's like you're actually playing the game, but no, it's just a lenticular little sheet. That'll be the screen. And this is the Nintendo one. So cool. Then the Zelda one is this scene. I'm probably gonna do the Zelda one, Link's Awakening. And then oh, got a serial number on the back of our Game Boy. I don't. Is this a unique number? Anyone else who got this kit? Is this a number you got, or is this like a unique code? I'm really curious now. It must be unique, right? Because that's such a weird string of numbers there. Jesse, hello? Right? Aren't these cool? I think it's cool. See, the set took me so much longer than it should have because I wasn't keeping track of the pieces with the printing on them. Actually used them in place of one of the non-printed ones. Oh no, I'll have to make sure not to do that because I do want to finish this before ideally 6 today. We'll see. Let's see, in the background music from a game, by the way, yes, we are listening to a playlist. I have it linked in the description on YouTube. If you're curious what playlist I'm listening to, it's all Trails music. Relaxing Trails music from various games. I think those panels you could put onto the screens of the Game Boy. Yes, so that's going to be our screen. The release date? Is this a release date? Oh, I see. 1989, April 21st. That would make sense. I kind of wished it was a unique serial code, but I could see why they didn't do that. Trails or East game music is gold. Of course it is. Okay, let's do our first piece here. And looks like we take one of these on the side. Oh. And put this one in the middle. And then the other side. So I guess this will hold up the screen. They kind of have like a little slot here. We'll see. Oh, this just holds up. It looks like a Game Boy cart for display. That's cool. Which side? This side. Okay. And then we have these two black panels. And then this little slippy guy. Like so. We got some hooky grabbies. I'm sorry, I don't know the names of these pieces technically, so I just call them what they kind of look like, and they're made up names. So do not take what I'm calling these things verbatim or too seriously. And then our black little studs. I imagine they have names, right? If you go to Break, there's that Lego part seller. It's called Brick Link or something like that. I'm sure they have official names. I don't know what they are. They gotta do, right? But yes, this came out over a year. This predates me. That's all I'll say. Doesn't predate me by much, but it does predate me. Hello, hello? Sniper, hello. Game Boy. Emily, do you know if the set comes with the Kirby Dream Land 2 panel? No. So the set only comes with just the Nintendo logo one. And then these are the only 2 Game Boy games that they have for this set. So Zelda, or The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, and Super Mario Land. Though it would not surprise me if they have like an added on pack later on, because they've seen like, you know, how well it's sold. Maybe they'll get more games that Nintendo will approve of, you know, to include as like add-on or something. That'd be really cool if they did. But no such news of that, unfortunately. And it does look like we're going to have an ad break in the next minute over on Twitch. So Please keep that in mind. It just looked like I have a combined chat here on OBS. It does look like it's not picking up all my stuff here. Like I didn't see the stretch fulfillment by Straw Hat until just now. But we'll do, so usually how I do it on Twitch is if you're not subscribed, I just do the minimum 3-minute ad break. That way there's no pre-roll ads. And I'm just going to be making a little bit more progress, it looks like, on this guy. Oh, so you can actually hold the screens here, it looks like. So I guess the ones you don't use could go in here. So I'll put all 3 in here for now. Yeah. And then on to making one of the carts. So do I choose which cart to make? I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead. Is it a choice or is this only Mario Land? Okay, I think this is only the Super Mario Land one, so we'll be making that one first. Trails is peaceful, ambient music for sleeping. It is. It's really relaxing, isn't it? I like it a lot. Why is my chat not refreshing? How annoying. Okay. Has anyone seen the Lego Master Show? I've not. I dig the chill vibes, the music for sure. Persona 5, anything Xenoblade are my hype getting stuff done music. Oh, those are great soundtracks too. Makes sense. I wonder if there's any DIY lenticular kits. I have not seen any, but there should be. That'd be really cool to, yeah, definitely screenshot your favorites and have them on there. And then if you wanted to, you could, you know, put a different game in this build. Let me do more. So okay, we got this piece and then these 2 on the sides. Then this goes on top. Let's see, you could drop a piece and look for it for 3 minutes. I could do that in theory. I shouldn't. That would add to my counter. I'm trying to do less than 5 drops today. So some deliberate ones, maybe not the best. LCD LED, hello. We are just getting started. We haven't really done much building yet, but we'll be building more and trying to make this Game Boy before the next few hours. So just building out right now the Super Mario Land Game Boy cart, which is exciting. Because it's so cool that they included 2 different games here. Again, I wish they would do more. I understand why they didn't. 2's, I think, a good amount, but more is always appreciated. All right, so now we construct, let's see. Take this one and then put these gold piece, this black piece, one of the pieces that I had dropped here, and attach that to this. Oh, it's already looking cool. Now for the green pieces, let's see, have that right under that gray piece, right next to it. Now this triangular piece. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, I should do this first. It's looking ahead. And then one of these gold pieces. Then have this attach, like so. Now I'll do it for the other side, kind of. Not quite symmetrical, but close enough. Voila. The inner guts of this Game Boy cart in Lego form. What did I eat today so far? I had some granola for breakfast, and then I had more of that smoked chicken. So I made some barbecue chicken sandwich for lunch. That was very good, and some fruit. So we got our panel that covers all of that work we just did inside, and then this is the sticker part. So I do have my my tweezers for stickers ready for this. Now it looks like, wait, I did this wrong. There we go. Gotta have two showing. There you go. There you go. But it looks like as far as putting the sticker on it, I need to put it right on the edge there, right? So it has to be right up close to that edge. That's what it's looking like. I wish there was more of a guideline rather than just being blank, but I will try. I'll try my best to make this go on nicely. But then again, okay, so it's outlined in red, so I can't tell if I should have it right up to the edge or have a little bit of a dent around it. I feel like I should have a little bit of a dent. Like, instead of seeing, you know, where that red line is here, you can see it really closely. I'll just have that be a gray line on. I think that would center it nicer. Or, okay, let's refer to the actual picture. So refer to the actual picture. Yeah, okay. It looks like they leave like a little bit of a gray line there around the sticker and that edge. So that's what I'll be doing. All right. Glad I confirmed that. The X-Acto knife is good. I don't really pinch them when I use these stickers though. So I think it'll be okay. It's more of like here. It's not super sticky. Okay. So, try to do this as well as I can. Dang, it's gonna be hard to center this. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to center this. Like, the edge isn't a big deal. It's just centering it on both of these sides so it's equal. It's gonna be tricky. Do my best to eyeball it, but it's not gonna be perfect. I think. Might be as good as it gets. Right. Yeah, I overshot it on the side there. That sucks. Should I? Yeah, so I didn't center it as nicely as I wanted to. It's not as centered. There's no... That was not the cart I was too concerned about. My priority here is the Zelda one. So that was a practice run here. And I guess if you want it displayed, I'm probably going to have this technically in the Game Boy. So it's not going to be shown. And then have this one displayed even though I'll have the Zelda thing shown. But this is how you hold it up. Oh, sorry. I forgot this part. This panel in. But a Game Boy cart, look at that. The little stand, that's really cool. I like that. I like it. What game would you play on it if I could? Probably Pokemon Silver. It's still my favorite Game Boy Color game. You like barbecue? Barbecue chicken's great. There was this really good, like, it was like in a vacuum sealed bag that had like barbecue, like smoked chicken. It was really good. Unfortunately, Costco no longer sells it, but I took some, I only ate like half of it and put the rest in the freezer. And so I've just taken it out of the freezer to eat the rest of it. Emily, as a physical game collector, what are some of your rarest games? So rare games is a tricky thing because usually when people think of rare games, they think of what's a highly desirable, expensive one, right? Those, as we know with the Pokemon prices, are not always the case because those, even though they sell for a lot, they're not super rare because there's a lot of them still in circulation, or a lot of them, you know, people have. And I do have a lot of niche games, but they're not necessarily sought after, so they're not expensive, but maybe there's not that many of them. So technically that is rare, you know? But if we want to go by value, my Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition is probably my most expensive game I have. But I wouldn't say that's particularly like limited, you know? Like they made a lot of those. And it just goes for a lot because of, you know, you have the DLC on the cart, which is desirable. And you can no longer download that from the eShop unless you already bought it prior. Let's compare it to the real size cart. Let's do that. It looks a lot narrower. So this is my Game Boy Color cart. You'll see I got way more illustrative maybe with my Pokemon yellow one. It is a little bit narrow, but it has the right height and it is thicker. So it is like 30% thicker, I would say. And then we're losing a little bit here. I guess they didn't want to make it so fat. Because otherwise the Game Boy would have been probably the size would have looked maybe a little bit strange. Putting it in there. But I could use this to display my actual carts if I wanted to. I could make more of these Lego stands if I wanted to display more of my actual carts there. And they're pretty easy to find pieces, I would say. Or at least to order online. Now you're playing with Power Lego Power. That I am. Try to line it up. Yeah, I tried. That's why it's always hesitant to get things at Costco. If it's good, they stop selling it and it's sad. I know. Sometimes they bring it back though. Like my favorite coffee cake, the cinnamon coffee cake, they stopped selling that for a while, but recently they brought it back, which made me happy. My Type Moon limited edition is probably my rarest and most valuable games in my Switch library. Yeah, I think mine are pretty... I have the same ones. And so I do think those are fairly limited and definitely sought after. The North American versions, that is. They have a lot of Japanese ones that I think also play in English, technically. That's in circulation, but... Yeah, let's see. Haunting Ground and Blood Will Tell on the PS2. Yeah, those are pricey games for sure. And I wouldn't say they didn't print that many horror games on the PS2 back then, but I could be wrong. Yeah, Lego one's definitely smaller. Let's see, buy another box just so you can have more stands? No, we could buy, these are just black pieces, right? They should be easy enough to find. And you don't even need to have the slot in thing. You could just make a stand with the little grabby thing and the slope. And I think it'll be okay. You can make them in different colors too. The black is probably most universally easy one. Our side pieces. Did I miss the side pieces? You're right. I did miss the side pieces. I jumped ahead. See, steps 13 and 14. Let's see what happens when you do this. It's still going to be a little bit short, though. No, wait. You go on the bottom. Let's try this again. Sorry. Let me make it actually for real this time. Okay. That's not right. Center you. Okay. So this is what it looks, sorry, with the actual everything around it. So thank you for catching that, Robbie. So it's almost the same size. It's okay. Let me try to line it up as best as I can. it's still a little bit more narrow, if you could see that. And there is also little pieces taken out, you know, in the corners there. And as far as height goes, it's a little taller now. Yeah, it's a little taller. Sorry, my yellow is really dirty. It's a little taller now, and it's definitely thicker. Like, it's still, like, I would say 30% thicker than the card here. Compared to silver, too. Just less dirty. And then we wanted to compare maybe the back. You can see a little bit. So it's still a little bit smaller, but not quite as bad as I was showing before, without the panels on the top and the sides there. I still like it though. I think it looks cooler with these on here. They look a little bit more official there. Definitely looks much better with the side pieces. Let's see. Got them from GameStop. Bargain bin for $10. That's a deal. That's a deal. Let's see. Costco spinach and ricotta ravioli is great in a pinch. That does sound nice. Tell me how the new music video is, Sai. Which one of the fake games is my least favorite? I like them both for different reasons. I don't know if I have a least favorite, and I still need to actually play the DLC that's on that cart. I have not actually done that. I've been wanting to actually replay Fates from the beginning and just do it all. Like, compared to the other Fire Emblem games that were on the 3DS, Fates in general was just my least favorite. Let's see, I got Snatcher on the Sega CD. My older bro had it and gave me all of his games, including that. Oh, that does sound like a lucky day. Nice, nice. It's a bit generic. That's too bad. That's too bad. All right, let's do bag 2. This was an extra piece. We'll have you over here. And extra piece. Oh, this is the one that fell. I didn't actually need it. Go and check Costco again tomorrow. Hopefully they get it in. You can always ask the employees too, like if they have plans to, or they're waiting for the shipment to come in. Give you an idea. Okay. A lot more pieces this time. I think they'll, yes. Let's kind of organize them. Have like pieces together. Get hopefully a little easier. So I'm not scrambling. Get the pieces all on. Let's see. Ooh. Does not count as a drop piece. I caught it. Lots of gray pieces, which makes sense since the build is mostly gray, isn't it? But I do like how they threw in some like green in here and some brown just to give a little bit of definition, you know? So it's not just all a gray slab. Makes it a little bit more fun. Alrighty. The seats. Those pieces. A lot of these pieces, man. So many of these pieces. They could all go here. So many of these. It's rounded. More of these. So many. So many. Okay. Browns. The rounded ones. And more of these so many pieces. Kind of organized a little bit. We'll get more organized as we take pieces, I think. There you go. But it looks like we are making the base, like the structure of the Game Boy, maybe? We'll see, we'll see. What's my favorite cereal? I'm not really a cereal eater, to be honest. I mostly eat granola if I wanted to do cereal. Mostly because I don't like milk. Okay, maybe I should take these out now that I think about it. Okay, I'll wait on these until I need them, and then I'll stick them in there, and that just fell. Stay. So yeah, I usually just eat granola, not cereal. But when I was eating cereal, I guess Honey Bunches of Oats was my favorite as a kid. And again, I didn't really eat cereal with milk because I didn't like milk. Hello, Joe. The build's coming along. So far, we've only made Super Mario Land. But we'll make more. We'll make more in this bag too. Starting with these pieces. Looks like we put these on top. And some more on top. My right angle black one. Next page. More of these. We're going to use so many of these pieces. The tiny pieces made you nervous. They're not too bad. They're not too bad. You're playing through Path of Radiance on your GameCube? I think I would like it. I think once I get a Switch 2 and they have it on NSO, I'll play Path of Radiance finally. I think I would like it too. I love yogurt. I hate milk. Literally can't explain it, right? I'm the same way. I never liked milk as a kid. It was just the thickness of it, even like the skim milk. I just didn't like it. I don't know. I miss gray consoles, honestly. Everything is either black or white now. That's true. There is something nice about that light gray color. That is nice. And I feel like they sometimes age well. Not always, but sometimes. It's time to get cereal? No, not time to get cereal. I wonder who the first human who tried some cow milk. Well, unpasteurized cow milk is not good for you. So that probably didn't go down well. But I'm sure they tried it early on. Center you. And then we get this green piece. Best way to do this is here. Okay. Gosh, so many of these. Look at them. Alrighty. So we got 9 of these all together. Oh, I need another row. 12 of these. Okay. That looks kind of off. No, it's like this. Okay. Now the green piece sliding under there. Strange. The whole thing is going to be this. Okay, that's why there's so many of these. Look at these. Just a wall of these strange pieces that kind of fit. Though I'm kind of afraid of this falling apart because it's not that structurally sound. But we go with it. And it's a good way to clear off these pieces from this mouse pad quickly. All right, look at that slab. And then we add this guy here. Ooh. Okay, we gotta open this guy now. Good thing we made all that room. Cereal with water? Oh man, I cannot imagine having soggy cereal like that. That's interesting. Hope one day the Wii will be on NSO. I'm sure one day it will be. Has to be, right? Has to be. Or they just remaster all those games and not have them tied to their subscription service. I try to be focused when I want to complete this. Feel like Bob Ross show here a little bit. I don't know. Bob Ross is pretty entertaining. I don't think I can compete with him or how he was. Let's see, my brother was renovating an old bar and found a box in the attic containing a Sega Saturn and GameCube, Dreamcast, and Sega Master System a couple weeks ago. The previous owner left behind as trash. Wow. That is a gold mine there, Sir Gonzo. The very first person to attempt milk a cow, what they actually tried to accomplish. That's a good question, Nee. That is a good question. Someday I will try cereal with beer. No, that does not sound good either. Go to jail. Cereal with water directly to jail. Using water will be a serial killer. You'd be a serial killer if you had water. Oh my gosh. Your team oats. I do like oatmeal. I usually like the quick oats where you just have, you know, the oatmeal there. You put some hot water, let it sit for a minute, and then that's how I make my oatmeal. Lego building's very cathartic, really therapeutic as I'm at the gym, not gonna lie. Isn't it nice? The music's nice too. Such good vibes. Okay. Ooh, we adding these guys over here now. All these little great things. You can see it's a little bit loose. Just concerning. Hopefully be something on here to make it so it's less loose. But I like the texture. It's like a Game Boy for sure. Having the bridges on the back. Okay, and then we'll fill in the center here. Like so. There you go, Game Boys. Wow, yeah. Yeah, Les, it's turning out pretty cool, I won't lie. It's pretty cool. Your voice is very calming, that's why. Is that why? It fits, I suppose. If I'm not shouting. Emily was a killer pun. My cereal plus beer triggered a core memory of watching that PlayStation reality show where the game tasters was that one guy that ate Beerios. That's a thing? Wow. I can imagine doing that. But I guess that's something that would make for a very memorable, obviously, a game show experience. Where's my other metal grate things? I need one more. Where is it? Where are you hiding? There you are. Surprised there's not an extra one of these, given how many we had to do. All right, so I think this is, we need, where is that? The back plate. Look at that. So cool. The back of our Game Boy. I'll put this to the side for now. And make the next part. So using one of these and this guy. And then we'll use 3 of these. Game Boys we're so thick, right? So thick. That was the cookie at Costco you like? Or what was it? They're called Heavenly Hunks. Actually, they had samples at Costco today. Maybe your location will have samples as well. You could try one before buying. And they come in a bag. And unfortunately are too addicting. But yeah, they're basically chocolate chip cookies with some coconut oats in them. They're usually by like where the trail mix is, that kind of area. Though every Costco is a little bit different, I've discovered, with where they put things. Okay, I think I need this piece, yes. I think, yeah. There you go. Next piece. All right, we'll take this. And that will go on top of one of these. Interesting. And stick that here. with one of these squares. Hopefully I'm doing this right. And then, oh, where was that one piece that was long? And there you are. This guy. I guess this is gonna make up the sides or something, right, of the Game Boy? It's kind of cool. Burios, yeah, my cousin had a Game Boy too. He was playing Kirby Dream Land. It was my first time seeing Kirby. What a day. Oh, that's exciting. There's a Thick Boy Classic, Game Boy Classic. Yeah. 25? What's 25 for? Or how many Costco's is this reasonable for you to visit in your area? 25? Oh, not my area. But if you got only 2, you can always, I don't know how easy it is to call them and ask if they have them in stock. I know if you look on their websites, each location has different lines for different departments. So you may be able just to call them and ask if you can find, if they have one in stock. Rather than, making the trip and being disappointed when they don't have it. But Justin, thanks for becoming a member over on Twitch. Appreciate that. Support there. Just saw the notif. Let's see. Let's go back. Got 2 and 1. Gotta get these guys together. And do I need multiples of these? No. One of these slate things. Oh, got one of these. The gray stud. Gray stud, okay. And that will go right next to them. Alright, alright. Guess we put this on the side here. Oh no, we combine them. Like so. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, don't break on me. Go back in. Is it supposed to be situated like this? Okay, I know what I did wrong. I need to put one of these guys here so it's a little bit taller. I almost dropped this piece. I almost dropped the piece, but I did not drop it. It is right there. And then, are you gonna fit? Or do I have to lift you again? May have to lift you again, okay. I'll stick that next to these guys. And then got one side, I think. One side complete, maybe? Is this supposed to be like a volume control? Dial? I don't know. But here we are. Oh, and we hook this up to our back. So we flip this over. Flip this guy over. And then you line up here. How does this work? Oh, you go right into it. Okay. Snap that here. It's coming along. It's coming along. It seems... Is this right? Must be right. Because when you put this on, right? Is this where you just put the... I never owned a Game Boy, so I'm confused now. Unfortunately, I don't have the back here. I guess that's right. This is like where it was sticking in the game. Okay, we'll put this to the side again. And make, I guess, the other side? I'm assuming? We'll I'll do this here and another one. And then do itching to add to the counter. Almost, but not quite. I need to build my Xbox 360 set. Was that Mega Bloks made that, right? I'm curious how those go, but I'm sure that would be fun to make. I need Trails advice. I'm playing in a weird order. I did Crossbell first, mid-game in CS1 now. Would it be best to stop after CS2 and switch to the Sky Games? Yes. I think after CS2, that would be a perfect time to transition back to the Sky Games. And then that way, because you've done Crossbell already and you know some of the Sky characters, when you get to CS3 and 4, that's when they all come together. It'll be a really fulfilling experience to do that. So highly recommend to definitely stop there and continue with Sky. All right, now flip this over. Yeah, and we'll have, what piece is this? Okay, one of these here, and then the brown piece here. Okay. Next page. And then, how do I do this? This way. All right. More of these stick onto them. Okay, it's slightly different. If this is going to be a side, it's a little bit different than the other side that we did, which is interesting. Okay, and this goes here. There you go. I think upside down. Well, we'll fix it if it's upside down. I was just following the instructions because it seemed like the right one to do. If it's wrong, I'll fix it. Been a while since I held an OG Game Boy. Yeah, same. Well, I never actually held an OG Game Boy, so I can't say. Yes, Mega made the Xbox 360 sets. I remember seeing those. I remember seeing also Halo sets too, like when I was in college. Wait, long time ago. I wish there was a Trails Lego set. Unfortunately, Trails is not popular enough, I think, to become a Lego set at this point. Maybe that will change in the future, though. You never know. Never know. All right, flip you around. Do you? And one piece. In the center. This page. Now we go back. Yep. It looks correct. And then adding this over here. Snap this on. Okay, I'm jumping the gun here, but basically you add. Okay, maybe before adding this, I was jumping the gun. Lift. Okay, we got this piece. Now we put you here, as well as you next to it. So we cover up the brown, and then we add a green one down here. All right. Now we could put it here. There we go. So this is what the back is looking like. And we work more on the guts, the interior here. So we add like this piece here. And one of the gold hooky things here. Square. Gray. Another gold hooky. Now this guy, this weird guy, goes on the side here. And brown. Our brown rounded guys. Right here. kind of curious now to open up an original Game Boy and like how accurate are these pieces, like representing what they're supposed to represent, you know? I'm sure there's been, you know, YouTube videos that show you like side-by-side comparisons of like the guts of a OG Game Boy in one of these, but I don't know. I feel like that would be a fun project if I find like a dead one to open it up myself and see what it's like inside. All right, this black goes here, and our gold right on top. Cool. I got the Lego Game Boy set from it's Costco. Though I think you can find it like most retailers now that sell Legos. Thanks. I did get the Sky Physical immediately, or do I get the Sky Physical immediately when I have the Switch and PS4? No PC, Mac. I was kind of one off when I eventually get a PS5. So Gunko has been pretty good at reprinting their games. Like if you look at Lunar, remember there was like that huge shortage kind of scare that happened in April, but it's still available, like widely available in stock on like the BGP. So I imagine the Sky remake games will be available for the next year or so. So I wouldn't worry too much. It's not like Nisa where they don't print many games. And they go out of stock quickly. So I don't think that'll be the case here. Let's see. I think that the Game Boy back profile looks pretty good. I've owned the OG Game Boy multiple times in my life. Nice, nice. Let's see, I wonder what a Trails Lego set would be. That is true. Like, I could see maybe the Bright House could be a set, maybe. But, like, the house itself, or Roland, the tower, the Queen Tower. That could be a set. The castle would be really elaborate. I don't think they would ever fund something like that, but the Grand Cell Castle would be really cool. But there's so many, I think, definitely like iconic like areas that they could build. But it's hard, I think, to have that actually funded and have something happen. Airship would be really cool though. Like any airship, I think with the characters would be just cool. I would not complain to have an airship one, personally. The Roland, yeah, I think Clock Tower makes sense. Or the Racer HQ. This is a fan's call to action. You may fill out surveys in Japan Trails Legos. That would be awesome, honestly. See about the inside of the console. She'll reply to me. Okay. Hello, Clouded Sky. Welcome, welcome. Who knows? I would love an Estelle and Joshua and Sherazard Lego set with the plushie TLC costumes. That would be awesome, honestly. I feel like there's so many opportunities for some really cool Trails related stuff. They just haven't done, but maybe that will change. I don't know. Someday. Share a Lego set for sure. Lego DLC skin would be appreciated too. The Courageous? Yeah, I think the Courageous is probably the most iconic ship that they've done. In terms of like form and function. And how many times you actually go into it in the Cold Steel games. Or the Arcee, maybe? Yeah. I think you'll love Jollibees today. I never had Jollibees. I unfortunately do not have one near me. But I know they did a collab with Cat's Eye I was kind of curious about. I don't think they're still doing that, are they? But I've always wanted to try it. Maybe next time I'm in a city that has it. Oh, no problem. Happy to confirm. Lego goes hard. I see they did a Death Star. That goes hard, but the thing is, there's a lot of fans of that IP, unlike Trails, unfortunately. It's growing, I think, Trails, but we're kind of still small beans compared to, you know, making the Death Star. I'm working on the Lego Game Boy. Almost done. Oh, nice. It's a nice build, isn't it? I've been enjoying it. All these cool little intricate things inside that you're making. All these little details. It makes me, again, kind of want to dissect an actual Game Boy to see what it looks like inside. There's not much of an audience for Lego Trail set. No. I wish, but no. Okay, how many? Okay, we want 2 sticking out here. And then 2 more of these guys. Almost fell, almost fell. I did not quite fall. I think I'm doing well with the no falling pieces. Hopefully I'm not jinxing myself here, but... it's a massive series without a huge audience. Yeah, I'm glad Trails isn't owned by Square Enix. You know, like a Final Fantasy VII Lego set, I feel like would be the most likely of a JRPG set to get a Lego set, or Kingdom Hearts. But we'll have to see. Like, Zelda only just got them, and Mario 2, which are, you know, huge IPs. So maybe we'll see more video game related Lego sets in the future. Now that the floodgates are open. It's really expensive where you're at in California, because I heard that place is majorly expensive to live in. Yeah, I live in Southern California, is all I will say. It's expensive. It's expensive here. Not the most expensive, I would say, in the state, but expensive. Okay, let's try and go this. And my local Best Buy has a ton of elaborate Lego sets now. They even have some Nintendo ones that are special. Yeah, the special Zelda one. Yeah, I think the demand's growing for more Lego sets of IPs that, you know, are in gaming. So I could see more happening for sure. But probably not a Trails. as I would like it to be. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be the case. Oh, is this going to be the volume dial? Where's the piece? Where's the piece? This must be the volume dial, right? Yeah? No? Wait, what piece is this? How do you fit in here? Okay. I guess we'll see what this becomes. It's like a interesting little piece sticking out. Maybe it's not the volume dial. But maybe it is. Make that more flush. Okay. Cools. Cools. Next page. Oh, we get to put this now inside our Game Boy. Oh, on the bottom. Okay. So attaches here. No. Yes? No? Okay, attaches here. I see. On the side. Ah, okay, I get it now. And then we'll add the green piece here next to the brown. And these smaller green pieces. Oop, fit in there. It's going along nicely. You're on page 85? Nice. I'm on 43 now. So I'm catching up. But you're probably going to finish before I will. Unclouded. Hello there. You have one magnificent collection behind you. Thank you. It's been you know, collecting, it's always a slow, steady process, and I'm quite proud with how it's shaped up to be behind me. I just got back into building Legos again. I did too. I recently got the Lego One Piece, the Going Merry ship. That was my first Lego set I bought in a very long time. Myself, and that was fun to put together. And this is my second Lego set. It's been a while. Let's see, if Steinfeld can get a set, why can't Final Fantasy, right? Why can't Final Fantasy? Careful of the abyss. Jollibee's is like fried chicken and spaghetti with some Filipino type dishes. Yes, I know it's a popular Filipino fast food chain. I just unfortunately don't have one near me. Or one I could, you know, taste test anytime soon. Alrighty. Got those. That piece. And that piece. Looks like we got a chunk missing still. And here it is. Okay, so we have this piece and this curvy piece. Looks like they fit like so. And we'll put that on like this. On the corner here. No, not here. On here, I see now. Okay. Aw, cool. Got the nice bottom all made up now of our Game Boy. The back there. Does something fall here? Is that supposed to be a gap? I think that's supposed to be a gap. We'll see what happens with that later. It's pretty tasty. Yeah, I want to try it sometime. Not gonna lie, I'd spend money on Final Fantasy VII or Kingdom Hearts Lego set. I probably would too. Good night, Akunada. Thanks for being here. And thanks. Hopefully I'll probably post some photos of how the Lego set works out after today's stream. Some Lego sets are huge and really expensive. Oh yes, they be pricey. They be pricey. At least the fans keep the brand alive. Legacy of Kain is on life support. Now that they're getting these remasters, maybe we'll see something new. I never actually played those games before though. That's why I've been kind of interested in those remasters. By the time we're old, video gaming culture will have taken over the world. Yes, yes, yes. Grandju. You got this. I believe in me. You believe in me? Thank you. I am excited to see how this forms out. Oh, that's where the gap is. I see now. Did I do it all? Okay, so I have this. Sorry, this. No, I'm doing it wrong. Okay. This is why we double check these things. Make sure we're not putting them on wrong places. There we go. Got this, and then another seat on top of you. No. Ah, okay. I had the wrong piece. This is why you double check. Okay, so you start with this one. Then you put the green guy on. Then the, ooh, almost dropped you. This guy. And then this one goes under with the right angles here. And then you stick you on the side. Gonna fit? Oh, sorry. This way. All right. And so it looks like this. Okay. And then this goes here. Interesting. Okay. So now, okay, it's covered. So there's no more gap here. And we got this big old block here that I guess we're going to build around. Fun. Let's put this again to the side. Misery's End. Collecting isn't a slow and steady process if you have poor impulse control. That is true. Ideally, it's a slow and steady process, though. Let's go to Jollibee. Their peach mango pie is the best. That sounds delicious. Oh gosh. Next time I'm in an area with one, I need to try it. Did you see the insane 500 Lego aquarium they just announced? I did not see that one. I've seen they have some, yeah, $1,000 ones for sure, like the Death Star. That's wild. People, I'm sure, pay for it, but it's wild. Live reenactment of the original Game Boy factory. Video games will bring out world peace. It's my hope anyway. Every culture loves video games. You know what? Maybe it would help contribute. I would be happy if that's the case. Unfortunately, right now online, there's too much discourse around video games that really shouldn't be the case. Because video games are fun, and there's no reason for us to be angry all the time about a fun hobby, you know? Stack these guys. It's interesting that there's like a red thing sticking out. I'm assuming this is just going to be internal stuff. Maybe it's supposed to be symbolic of a wire or something. It's kind of cool though. Have that here. It almost looks like a gun shooting from a bunker, but probably not the intended thing there. And then this goes here. And bringing our Game Boy back. You go, down into that. Oh, that's a cool way to insert that. So instead of sticking, with the regular ways the bricks usually line up, that red tube just stuck into one of these like holes, but on the side. Very cool. Very cool. And I guess we make another one. Hello, Bailey. I'm doing well. Enjoying putting this Lego piece set together. And, just talking about good old games. Lots of cool games. Why gaming is a great hobby. And it's cool to, express our love for gaming in things like Legos. It makes it so much fun. Jollibee is great. I'll have to try it someday. Hello, Grimlock eats fish sticks. I can't remember the last time I've had a fish stick, to be honest. But they'd be good. Fish sticks could be very good, especially if you dip them in a good sauce. Just realized that this is a trail music list. It is. We're playing trails. That's basically all the soundtracks I listen to is trails. or Falcom, to be honest. There's quite a number of great E's and other Falcom IPs playlists that I really enjoy. All right, you get to insert this guy into this hole. So cool. I guess that makes it so that you could twist things. Though I don't think there's any twisting in this set, but you could twist. You could twist. We're on to bag 3. Look at us sailing through all these bags. Unlike when I was building that pirate ship. I feel like that took forever. In a good way, but it did take forever. Yeah, bag 3. What's a good sauce? I don't know what's a good sauce for fish sticks, but I'm sure if there's a good sauce, it exists somewhere. Because I know traditionally they do like, tartar sauce or what's the red sauce that has a bit of a kick to it. Those are not my favorite dips. But what's in the box? What's in the box? I don't know what's in this box. We'll have to open it up. Let's remove all these little plastic things. Make some organization here. We need some organization. Ooh, lots of unique pieces in this bag. I like it. Like it. Try to sort them out so they're easier to spot. Ooh, a wheel? It's supposed to imitate a speaker, maybe? Wait, what do you dip in fish sticks? I don't like tartar sauce. I don't know. Again, it's been a long time. Like, I feel like fish sticks would go good with like an Asian sauce, If I had to choose today. I think I used to do a little bit of tartar sauce when I was a kid because that was just what was there. But they make good sauces nowadays. Not a lot of Jollibees, but San Gabriel Valley has a lot of ramen and pho shops. I wish I had more of those too. Like, to be honest, like I might live in a nice Southern California city. We don't have that great of food here. It's okay. It's not the best place to eat out. That's why I usually don't bother. But if I lived like in a major city with lots of great food, I probably would have to worry about my food expense for the month. I'm eating out all the time. All right, those are somewhat organized. These 2 bags. I will wait until I guess I need to use them. But what's in this box? What's in this box? Let's open that up. Oh. A rubber band. I was like, nothing? No, it's a rubber band. A rubber band's in the box. This white rubber band. Oh, it's cool that there's a rubber band in here. I guess that will help. Does that help make it so that the lenticular screen flickers a bit? Like it's actually running? I don't know. I'll have to see. Malt vinegar. Yes, malt vinegar is what I usually use for fish and chips. So I think with fish sticks, that would be good. Or a spicy Asian fusion sauce. Definitely, I think would probably be ideal for me. With a little sweetness. Like one of those like Thai sweet chili sauces would be really good, I think. Drop counter impressively low, right? I'm doing good this time. Doing surprisingly good. Though there has been some close calls where they would drop like right on the edge, but not drop to the floor. So, been good. And let's see. That looks like a D-pad. It does. It does. Keep the rubber band. Yes. Make sure the rubber band stays safe. Let me put the tires over there. Okay. I think I probably should open these. I'm probably gonna need them somewhat soon. Bag on the floor. Oh, there's a... Is that an A? Something printed on that one. Interesting. Try to group these as best I can. Some cones. Okay. Let's just go for it. There's this bag too. I needed a bit bigger desk pad, obviously. Oh well. I think I got these things though. This little dowel, however you call this, goes into this one and sticks out. And do we have to stick it all the way in? Okay, I think we gotta stick it all the way in. Ooh, push it in. Okay. Same with here. You push it in. And here, push it in. All right. I think those are all the way pushed in, hopefully. Now we take this tan piece with this green piece. Let me set you this way. Another tan piece. Kanpei Yoko invented the D-pad. He's such a genius. The D-pad really does make a difference in so many games. Though, honestly, I think most modern games, I don't actually use the D-pad much, except to pull up like a map or something. Like, I think in Trails I used it a bit. But again, just to like pull up maps and things like that. I haven't really, once the analog stick kind of took over, there hasn't been too many applications for D-pads. I know for Hollow Knight, people like to use the D-pad over the analog stick, though I didn't really do that during my playthrough. But I can't think of any other like modern games that rely on the D-pad, unless they're inspired by, you know, a retro sort of era. Unless you guys could think of some games that are not coming to mind for me. What's the last game you played, like, a lot with the D-pad that was like a modern game? Did you see how someone made into a functioning Game Boy? I did. I've seen they're going to sell kits too, I think, soon. Or someone is, which I think it's awesome. Very cool look, I think, for a Game Boy. Okay, I think I need to open this bag up. The D-pad's such a great tool for platform games like Rayman, Mega Man, and Mario. But this is for like older ones, right? Like, do you use them in, say, like, modern Mario games or all those? But maybe I'm mistaken, because I haven't played that many modern, I guess, platforming games, especially not 2D ones. All these pieces. Let's put the unique stuff to the side so they don't get lost in the sauce. Alrighty. Kind of. Okay. I need that gray piece. Where's that? Here it is. Gray piece. Right here. Only some modern 2D Mario and fighting games mostly use the D-pad. Okay. Does someone else put a real Game Boy in one of these cases? Or did someone? Yes, they put... Well, I don't know if it was a real Game Boy. I think I've seen people use like an emulator. They stuck it inside of one of these to play Game Boy games. I use a lot of D-pad in the Dragon Quest III HD2D. Oh, I might try that. I may or may not be testing out the new HD2D from Square Enix right now. Or soon. Not the right piece. Let's see how that goes. Planning to stream that when it comes out. Let's do this correctly. There you go. I've never played any of the Dragon Quest. Okay, I definitely didn't do this correctly. Hold on. Do this. Actually, do this correctly. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. No. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. That's correct. Yeah, modern ones too, like Mega Man 11. I think I would like that one. Okay. I haven't really played a Mega Man game. I have the Battle Network collection. I was thinking that could be my first Mega Man game, since it's more of the RPG, right, of the Mega Man franchise. I wouldn't say it's strictly modern, since original was ages ago, but even Tetris Remake, that's better with the D-pad. Okay. Any precision platformer, I guess, is better with a D-pad. I guess that makes sense. Okay, let's make sure I'm not messing this up. Okay. Yeah, I got this. One of the red rod things. Yeah. And you go through this way. All right. I think that's correct. Now we flip it or turn it. Use these green ones here, and then a black rounded 1x3 and green. Cool, cool. I love Battle Network. I've heard really good things about it from those who played it before. I'm excited to try it eventually. Again, it's just hard to... There's so many JRPGs coming out these days. It's really hard to go back into the backlog, or back, you know, all the back catalog of games that I missed out on. Okay, this way. Yes. Now, more of these green guys. Oh, and the mint colors. They press right in. Cool. Where's the fourth one go? There? I think there. Almost dropped it. Almost dropped it. Didn't drop it though. Cone? Oh, no, not cone yet. Cone goes on you. Then I'll stick you here. Look how elaborate this is. Who would have thought the inside of a Game Boy would look like this? Not I. You also play Tetris with a D-pad? Mega Man X should be your first. I'm not convinced the platforming Mega Man's for me, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Battle Network is good option as well. Did you watch the anime? I did not watch the anime. I didn't collect the cards either. A lot of cool stuff happened, you know, that I feel like I missed out on. It's hard to keep up with everything. All the cool stuff. I'll enjoy it 100%. Good to hear that. Anime was pretty neat. Inspired me to finish Battle Network. Solid RPG for its time. Yeah, it looks fun. And it's kind of cool to see, you know, it does the whole Game Boy, the Pokemon thing, where they have 2 different versions. All right, now this. We got our inside of our Game Boy here. And it should go right up here. How does it fit on? I guess like this. How does it fit on though? I guess okay, I think it just slots in there. It doesn't really attach to anything, which is interesting. I'm assuming eventually it'll attach to something. But look at the guts. The guts. Looks cool. Alright, I'll set this to the side again. You could beat Hollow Knight. You could beat anything. Can I beat Silk Song, though? I heard other people who beat Hollow Knight had trouble with Silk Song. So I don't know if that would be me as well. You know, I never watched the Street Fighter anime back then. But last year you saw it and it was really good. Oh. I didn't even know there was an anime for Street Fighter, but I should have known. I should have known. Here we go. And this piece. With this? Yes, with this. Still waiting for Capcom to make a Mega Man Legends collection. I'm just surprised they haven't yet. They've been doing a lot of collections lately. There's a Mega Man X turn-based RPG on the PS2 GameCube. That might be worth looking into. Our generation is the life of entertainment and endless content. It really is. It really is, man. You should play the Mega Man Star Force collection after Battle Network. Oh, that's the collection that's coming out soon, right? Or upcoming one. Do you play games on emulators? I haven't recently, Justin, but I'm not against them, of course. I have in the past. It's just I have a big backlog of games that are not emulated that I've been kind of working on. Especially if it's a game that, you know, I want to play and it's hard to get a hold of by modern means. I'm not against emulation at all. And there's some cool things, you know, that emulation offers, like fan translations for games that never came out in English. And some other applications, of course. So there's this. Put that, I guess, to the side. Get another one of these guys. Stick this on there. Street Fighter 2 Victory. Ken's theme is so good. Would you prefer Tekken or Street Fighter? I've only really played, I think, between those, I've played more Tekken than Street Fighter, but I really haven't played that many fighting games. Soul Calibur was the one that my brother had when I was younger. Back in the day, that I played a little bit of, but I really don't have that much experience, I would say, with fighting games in general. So I have a feeling like it comes down to like who are your favorite characters when it comes to those fighting games, right? And their play styles. So I guess I don't have much of an opinion at this point. Though Tekken, right, has Clive from Final Fantasy 16. So some JRPG rep would probably be what sways me if I wanted to try a traditional fighting game. Kind of like why I tried the Trails or Ys versus Trails in the Sky Arena Fighter recently. Otherwise, if it didn't have Falcom in it, I probably wouldn't have bothered. Because it's not really my genre of choice. Now let's put this here. And this here. All right. Next page. Oh, the slopey ones. Slopey ones. Go here. And you slope down. This way. Now, I haven't been looking at the bricks too closely, but when it comes to, like, you know, the little dots and things and from the molds, I do feel like it's similar to what I saw in the One Piece set. So I guess that's just modern Legos for you. I'm used to, I guess, more of the vintage Legos where they had fewer of those dots, you know, in their, the molds. Wolf, hello. Let's see, I remembered they canceled MML3. MML3, yeah. It does suck when they cancel games. Didn't Soul Calibur actually have an RPG mode? I have no idea. I don't remember. It's been so long. But maybe it did. All right. Now, these slopes with text on them. Select. Okay, select goes this way. Oh, we got our start and select buttons. Where's our start button? Start? Not start. Start? Not start. Start? Start. Our select and start buttons. Awesome. So that goes here. And we put that inside this cradle thing that we made earlier. I think like this. Cool. And now we flip it around. And put some of those gold. Do one of these first. Gold. And go here. Oh, I totally skipped this. Okay, let's build this first. Got you. You. Tekken had mini games? I didn't realize that. That's fun though. Favorite Tekken character is King, and Street Fighter it's Ryu. Nice. All this Mega Man talk makes me feel bad not playing my Mega Man Zero or CX Legacy Collection. Library is too big. Well, if you get to it someday, you know, I'll be there when you're ready. Soul Calibur 3 and Street Fighter 6 both had RPG modes. Oh, that's fun. That makes it more interesting to me now. I didn't realize that. Maybe I would try it for fun if I get cheap copies or something someday. And I had time, of course. Gosh, time. Okay. Here we go. Awesome. And ooh, we add a little bridge here. So is this where, oh, this is where you're supposed to plug in your headphone set, right? Do they have, does the OG Game Boy have somewhere that you can plug in a headset? No, that's too early. So is this the power? I don't know what this is. I really wish I had an OG Game Boy to compare now. I just have my Game Boy Color. So wait, I put that there. And this guy. And now got our, oh, it is the phone. They do have a headphone thing. I did not realize that for a 1989 console. I guess that makes sense. It's not that old where it wouldn't have a headphone jack. just always think of it as archaic, but it's not that bad. We had advanced technology back then. Let's see, I think this lines up. That. No, do not fall. Okay. Go in there nice and securely. Oh, it's shaping up. It's shaping up. How cool. And our little, oh, there you go. Little headphone jack. I had a 3.5 millimeter connection for a headphone. Okay. Let's see. Is that the link cable slot? Nope. Is there a link cable? I know for the Game Boy Color they had link cables. I guess that makes sense for, yeah, because how else would you trade in red and blue? Hopefully we'll have a link cable. Is it on the side? It must be on the side, right? I don't know. He was fighting stomach cancer when he played the role as Bison. Such a trooper. Oh, wow. That's... What is a headphone jack? OG Game Boy, you can barely see what's on the screen. It happens. That's why you had to have the light on, right? Walkmans have a thing, yeah, for a long time. I know. I'm just making assumptions here. Ones I should not be making. All right, we got this. Now this red brick. Let's see. We put the gold one here. And then this black. No. This, no. Oh, is it not black? I guess it's not black. Okay. This dark gray piece. And insert this here. Oh. More color! More color inside of this. Fun. Now, use another one of these with the green. Our slopes. Slopey slopes. And then the non-start and select buttons. And then that goes inside, right above them. Oh, that's so cool. Don't fall off. Start. Go back in. Ooh. Supposed to have that big of a gap? I guess it has a gap there. I guess, will we put something in there? I don't know. Exciting though. Now this red one and black is on top of our red claw, and another one of these dark gray pieces jutting out, and then this goes here. Yeah, with some claws. Look at all these claws. Is this gonna grab our screens here? It must grab our screens, right? All the grabby claws. These heavily hung cookies are good. They're so addicting, Trin. Be careful. Don't be like me and buy a gazillion bags and go through them way too quickly, like more quickly than you should. Today at Costco, I deliberately did not buy them because it's like, I'm going to go through this bag like in 2 days. I shouldn't. Keep it away from me. I don't remember the Game Boy insides being that colorful back in the day. I feel like they weren't. I feel like they're trying to show how exciting, things are inside this cool device by making them colorful. I imagine they're not actually colorful though. But you never know. Maybe If you look at a video of someone dissecting one of these, maybe it is more colorful than we would have thought. Emily's a cookie monster? Shocking, right? Right. I like my sweets, what could I say? I have the biggest sweet tooth. But only towards food, not drinks. There's a distinction there. That looks right. Oh, some branding. Some branding. Nintendo Game Boy. TM. Goes right here. Good thing this was not a decal I needed to put the sticker on. It's printed for me. Otherwise, he knows how badly aligned that would be. Oh, we're making the D-pad. The D-pad. All right. Put gold in the center. And it looks like black around. Then we got this mint disc. And we nestle it right in there. That's what it looks like. It's not grabbing onto anything though. I'm a little bit fearful here. I just stick it in there? I guess I just stick it in there and let that sit. It's cushy though. It actually presses in. It's kind of neat. So I imagine something's going to go over it to make it stay. Let's see. Okay. We got this that goes in this corner. Oh, I see how it's going to do it. Okay, because it has that that disc there, and when you put it here, it's going to catch the disc there. So that's how it cradles it in without, actually pushing it in to make it stay. Where's our other pieces? Okay. And then here, do it up here and down here. Cool. Cools. And then on this corner, got this piece. So the D-pad, and it actually does move. That is so cool how they did that. Designed that. I like that. It's clicky. Did you just call gummy bears not food? I like gummy bears, though I prefer chocolate, to be honest. Cookies, hence why they started to bake. Delayed gratification, I guess. My issue is when I bake my cookies, they're too good. I want to eat so many of them. It's bad. So I can't even do that trick. Delayed gratification. I can only bake if I'm giving them away at a party or something where I don't eat them all. Help your prints line up on the screen. I think it looks fine. We'll see how it works. It does feel authentic. It really does. All right. Next pieces. Got here with the clawy grabby thing in gray this time. We have a 2x2 on top. Ooh, okay. Put that on the side. We got these little holy guys. They got holes in them. And it looks like these are going to be our buttons. Oh, and they are... Look at this magenta, fuchsia color that they went with. I like the color choice. It's so pretty. But let's put these together. So we need 2 of these. I think, yeah, this way. And then 2 gold pieces. I dropped it, but it landed on the pillow. It did not land on the floor. It does not count as a drop. Right? It does not count. Now these go inside here. You load them up. Oh, they're gonna be clicky too. Exciting. And then the button. Push the button. That's so cool. Okay. So I want them stacked on each other, basically. Like this. Do they stack? Okay. And then the claw here. Okay. You can't let them fall. Oh, and we built more. Okay. Then we get one of these corner things with another grabby, hand grabby thing. And start gray. This one. On the side. Oh, and the yellow button. Yellow button. So we got this guy. Another claw grabby thing. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Claw grabby guy. And a 1x2 flat. Yellow button. It doesn't push. I don't know what it actually is, but it looks like a button. And that goes on this side. Okay, I'm guessing it's not gonna be seen. Looks cool though. Maybe it will be. Partially. Brown. Brown. Green. Oh, hold on. Do these first. Now the green. Over the brown. And this guy. Oh, this is where the rubber band comes into play. Oh, you do like a little Triforce here. Let's hope this rubber band does not snap. Do not snap, rubber band. Okay, got it here. A little bit. One more. One more. Do not snap. Ah. Rubber band. It does not go inside the claws. It goes around them. Interesting. I guess that helps it so the buttons stay in place, maybe? Or helps with the buoyancy when you push. I don't know. We'll check. We'll see what happens in the next page. Now you flip it around. Oh, this is where the partial little A button goes. Oh. So A and B. Oh, okay. And then this goes here. Where is it? Okay. This side. And go on the bottom. All right. Now, into our Game Boy. This goes to the side. This way. So you slide it in. No, you put it inside here. And then you tuck it in. Ah! Look at that. They do push. They do press. So the rubber band was to make it so that it catches them. I think if you push this too many times, the rubber band could potentially snap or degrade over time. But for now, it's holding up our buttons so we could press them. Yay, back to Legos. Hello. Hello. Rare footage of an electric engineer drop circuit board component, Cicera, October 1989. Oh, man. How's the Lego set going? It's going well. As you can see here, we're building it out. We got pushable buttons and a pushable, workable D-pad, which is awesome. Now we have to figure out what's the next part. set this guy down. Use the rest of bag 3 out of 5. And we'll push. Let's see. Got this. And gold. And another yellow. The black disc. Is this gonna be another button? Oh, this is gonna be the sound. Oh, this is gonna be the sound area. Cool. Well, ah! Did not fall, did not fall. It fell on my chair somewhere. Let me find it. Here it is. No sound, unfortunately. Hey, we got speakers here. What do you mean? They're painted on. It must emit sound, right? Also, this is where the B label is. For our B button. Okay, where was I? We were here. And then we turn this around. And turn this around. Okay. So go like this. And then we built this up by stacking 2 of these square pieces. And we put this in. Ah, look at that. So pretty. So pretty. Oh, and then looks like we fill out this side. So we need 2 of these stacked on each other. And then 2 of these. And then this goes on the side here. Like how? Oh, never mind. I had to do it the other way. Hold on. Ah, I see. Okay, I put it on the wrong one. So these go here. Gotcha, gotcha. Go in, go in. Okay. Straighten those out. And then this will make a nice curvature here. So pretty. All right, we're down to the last few pieces in this bag. So we got these. Goes on the side here. This goes here. And here. This covers that. So you don't see the color. We hide the color in this Game Boy. It's not the Game Boy color. There's no color for you, except in the buttons. Ooh, and then the tires. They go... Oh, these are our buttons? Oh, that's clever. You put tires here as the buttons for the start and select. So you get some feedback because they're squishy. Oh, interesting that. I like it. Now we're bag 4. Bag 4. They're gonna fall out? Ah, they seem pretty secure to me. I'm shaking this. And they have not budged. No colors, just patent and grays. Let's hope Lego plastic doesn't yell over time. We shall see. Hello, Aaron. The new shipwright of the Straw Hats crew, alongside Frankie. I wish I could hold that title. Frankie's too good at his job, though. Doesn't need any help from me. Alright. Bag. Dunzo. Let's take out the little guys. I recall hearing the Game Boy was advanced as the first airship going to space. Never fact-checked it, but believing it, that it has to be true, right? Seeing all the intricacies of this Lego piece set. It's gotta be true, right? There are some illegal building techniques in the set. I believe it, but we go with it because the instructions tell us to do this. Oh, some more labeled ones. Cool, cool. Oh, we got some glass. I'm assuming that goes in here. Get these guys going here. Got more of the rods. Pillar. Holes. Let's not organizing them that well, am I? Just trying to group some of them together at least. All the ones that have writing on it. Like here's our connector. It wants to unfocus. Our connector label. Oh. These guys have interesting textures on them too. Look at that. Very dimensional looking. Okay, maybe I should organize these to make sure I don't accidentally use the wrong piece when hunting around for them. Okay. I think all the smoothed label ones have been found. Oh, no, that's another smooth label one. Are you smooth labeled? You are smooth labeled. All right. Oh, and we have to also use one of these Game Boy images. Do we want to use the Nintendo one for nails? And then replace them? We'll see how easy it is to replace them. We'll start with the Nintendo one. It's hard finding OG Game Boys that haven't yellowed. That's what I've heard. A lot of just, you know, the gray color yellows are on older consoles pretty easily. Go building is each bag at a time instead of grabbing pieces from different bags. It's good. Maryland is a good pick as an addition, but Pokemon has the second best-selling Game Boy, OG Game Boy. Yeah. I wish they included Pokemon too, but I'm wondering if they're going to have a special like a Pokemon set as like an extra. Or maybe they had to also get, you know, more approval because it's not just Nintendo, it's also the Pokemon Company and all that. But we'll see what will happen. We'll see. One of the best tracks. It's a good track. It's crazy how that the OG Game Boy lasted 10 years before they finally upgraded to a Game Boy Color and then Game Boy Advance, right? The life cycle, that's 10 years is pretty wild considering nowadays. All right, position that to this. Get our pieces all together here. Some green. Is it this piece? No, it's not this piece. Is it? No, it's this piece. Right? It's gotta be this one. Yeah. Because there's white outlines, that means it's a black piece. Okay. I always confuse them sometimes in older instructions. One of these cool plated ones. And here you go. And then we stick this in the first red grabby hand. And it moves. Cool. And then do another one of these. Get some of those triangular pieces. And brown. With our gold little bits here. Little studs. Pokemon would make sense with the later Game Boy, like the Pocket or Color. Maybe they are saving it for like the Game Boy Color and doing like a Gen 2 homage. I would be happy. I would buy it. Tetris is truly an eternal constant. It is. Maybe they'll save Pokemon for, yeah, I think a Game Boy Color build would be nice. Cindy? Cindy? Cindy is here. So cute. The fluffiest tail out of fire. Let's see, Pokemon came out towards the end of OG Game Boy's life cycle. It's still pumping out hits over the whole decade. I didn't get into it until Silver and Gold came out, but then I went back and played Yellow. So many great memories. All right, let's make sure I have this in the right direction. It's got our sound. Dot matrix with stereo sound. That's what that says. Above that is on and off. On and off. On and off. Okay. We'll flip this around. Add our two holy one. Ooh, stick a rod in. There you go. And then we also stick in one of these with a hole. There you are. This way. Cool. Our two other rods go in here. I just like how there's a lot of non-traditional ways to connect the Legos in the set, like using these rods and things. It just makes it a little bit more fun to assemble and put together. Because you're like, aha, it connects this way, not a way I would have expected. Let's see, got these guys together. And you. And one of our longer pieces here. And then stick this on top of the rod. Like so. Snap. By rods. Because it doesn't snap together traditionally. Just connected by these two pieces. Very cool. Now what do we do with this? We build onto it. Okay. So we build this way. Oh. Let me make these pieces first. So we got a seat. A bigger seat. Where is it? Okay. This way. And then... Not the right seat. Is there another seat? Is it this way? This does not fit this way. Must be the seat. Okay. The light gray seat. Okay. With the right direction of the studs. Okay. And then this piece here. And that connects through this connector. And it moves, kind of. We stick more gold studs to anchor our pieces here. And some of our little seats. I don't know what they're called. But these pieces. Have to go down like so. And okay. Not missing anything here. That's where this seat comes into play. Sticking out one, and then the seat here. And now we cover it with some smooth over pieces. There we go. And our last tile. Awesome. Now, let's get this going. So this is going to be at the top. And how this connects... do I just... Okay, I think I just... pinch it in? Okay, I'm doing something wrong. Oh, I didn't add. Hold on. Okay. So I did this. I forgot to add. Okay. I see my mistake. I see my mistake. Oh, wait. No, it's here. Forgot to add this piece. Jumping the gun here. But still, I want this here. Okay, I guess it goes in. Just go in all the way. Okay, I see. It connects this way. All right. Here's our frame. On, off. Our sound. It's coming together. It's really coming together. Now we'll use the screen. Do I peel off anything? Because it's a little scratchy. I guess not. I was hoping it'll be like one of those, you know, acrylic stands that you could just peel off so we have a nice perfect thing, but it does not seem to be the case. I don't know if it matters what direction it's on. Hopefully that's okay. So this is our window. And then we stick this on top with this piece. Pokemon is a big business. I remember the struggle of not having backlight in the early Game Boys. Yes, I had one of those worm lights as a kid. Also one of those magnifying glasses with a light on it, attachments for my Game Boy Color. And then whenever I was in the car on a road trip at night, I could only play it when we drove under like one of those street lights on the road. It was interesting times for sure. Trying to play your games without a backlight in the car. I got so car sick all the time, but I still would play the Game Boy because I wanted to play, especially Pokemon Silver, my games. Being a little car sick was okay. Don't break on me. Don't break on me. Go back in. There you go. Lego Game Boy throws itself together quite nicely, right? So nice. This piece. This way. For our little window. And this pillar. Looks like it fills up the side with a stud. Now for the bottom. Oh, there's a piece with a battery light. Look at that. So cute and dainty. It says battery on it with a little red light. That looks kind of accurate, actually. That's what they looked like. So I turn these opposite directions. And with you on top. Now our battery. And the smoothed over one. And now this goes on the side here. No, here. How our screen's looking. Now we attach both of these. So much nostalgia, right? So much nostalgia. Though I didn't have this particular Game Boy. I had the Game Boy Color, but still nostalgic, all the same. So I remember when my cousin imported the Afterburner backlight mod for the original Game Boy Advance. It was crazy seeing all the games so clear. I'm also like kids who had the Game Boy Advance SP. I'm sure that was like night and day. I was always kind of jealous. I never got one, but always jealous of those. Wait. Ah, this way. It's like, why not sticking? I see. I see. Now, the screen goes like this. So you fit it this way. Oh, I fit this nicely. I feel like this is blocking it unless I put it in. How do you fit? Did I do something wrong? Oh. I think you're supposed to be like this. There it is. Maybe? Now I'm confused. Okay, okay, this piece is wrong. This piece is wrong. Okay. This is supposed to be in the back. Okay, that's what I'm doing wrong. I see now. This should fit now. Yeah, look at that. So cool. So cool. Now, for the side, built it up. Got this here. Oops, slid right out. We're gonna do this so it stays. Okay, just a few more pieces so you stay. Stays all the long way. And I need... Where's the Wambatu? Are you under something? Oh. Oh. You go in here. So this is our sound wheel? I think it is. Ah, okay. So I got a little turny spinny wheel here for sound. Isn't that cool? So cool. Okay. Now let's put the branding on. We need contrast. Does it really say contrast for volume? Or is contrast for the Game Boy that I don't know what that is? What's contrast? Is that really how they branded it? Again, this is me not knowing anything about the OG Game Boy. And all the little details about it. Contrast, okay. Do I have it positioned the right way? Yeah, I have it positioned the right way. Okay. Had it upside down for a second. Our triangle. And square. Another long unbranded one. Look at that side of this thick boy. Thick boy. Contrast is for screen brightness. Oh. So it didn't have that in the Game Boy colors. Interesting. Okay. I'm learning more about the Game Boy here. The OG Game Boy. And the volume was on this side. Ah. I think. I don't know. Maybe. Right? Am I just misremembering? Yeah, this just had volume. It's like, this didn't have contrast. Thick boy. Thick boy. Okay. You go here. So the volume is on the right side, not the left side. Oh. I kind of want to get now an OG Game Boy just for purposes. So I could appreciate the hardware that they made in 1989. Just crazy. Crazy what they built. Alright, I think that's that page. Get a slope? Slope? How does the slope go on? Slope? Oh, interesting. So slope goes in this way. Cool. And more. So I got the volume, finally. Here's the volume. And then the connector. Exit connector. Look at this side of the thick boy. So nice. So nice. Am I going to play any games after I build this? Not today. Not today. We'll be playing games tomorrow, though. What's tomorrow's plate? Friday. Is it? Oh, gosh. Let me look at my schedule again. I believe we're doing Digimon tomorrow, right? Or, wait, no, I'm not misspeak. Digimon at 2 tomorrow. Alright, gotta turn this guy around. You take off this. Oh, and you can move it. Why do you move it this way? Oh, this is so you can put... You slide this in here now. So this is our Nintendo. So you put that in, and it holds it up. We got a genuine artifact here of a Game Boy. Nintendo. So cool. If you don't want Nintendo, I could put Link's Awakening. Oh gosh, it's going to be tricky to pull it out. I recommend tweezers. I'll show what they all look like. I'll show you what Mario looks like. He jumps. So cool. But I'm probably going to keep the Link's Awakening as my special screen. For reasons. Is it sweet? That sweet scene? Like, I would say the lenticular is less interesting here, but Zelda does look at Link. And he got the birds flying in the water waves. It's pretty cool, actually. You like how it looks already, right? So cool. It's so neat. Games, games, and more games. Yes. Last bag. Last bag. Let's pour. Oh, let's move our extras out. We don't need them. Pour them out. Okay. They got some big pieces here. I think this is basically just, I think, making our last cart, right? And then another stand for I think our Game Boy. So we got our big piece here. Rechecked Costco online, still no Lego Game Boy. I would call your local one or the one that's also close by that you don't want to drive to and see if they have any in stock. That would, or if they don't at this point, do they expect to have some soon? That would be my recommendation. because I went to Costco today and they still had plenty in stock at my local one. They also had Pokemon Legends ZA for $5 off if anyone wants the Nintendo Switch 2 edition for $5 off and have a Costco membership. All right. We built this. Oh, and then the square here. The runway. Slick runway. Okay, so this goes into your headphone jack thing, I think, to help prop it up. And have your little Game Boy stand. That's so nice. I like that. I'm most likely would display it with this. But let's like our last cart here. Also, put this back in. All right, so we start with this piece. So I think it's going to be very similar to that the first one we built at the start of the stream in Bag 1 for Super Mario Land. But this one does have a fake battery in it, so the built inside is a little bit different, which I thought was kind of cool. Looking at it. And they use dark green. I like the shade of green for Lego bricks. It's a nice green. I like it. I'm a big fan of green. That's like in this dark emerald kind of shade. Hold on, I'm doing it wrong. Okay. This goes not on here. I jumped the gun. That's what I get for kind of looking instructions, but not all the way. All right. Here we go. Make this wider. Now the green goes on top of those added pieces. Go here, and looks like a square, and light gray. No pre-order bonus at Costco, that's true, but it is $5 off if you want to save a little bit money and you don't want the pre-order bonuses. My mom's in California. Help, Mom? Yeah, you should ask your mom next time she's at Costco. Hey, if you happen to see this, save it for me. I want it. I'm ready for the Lego TurboGrafx 16. Imagine if they built that. That'd be wild. I think... Where do you go? Here? It has like an arrow. Okay, I think it's... It must be the middle. Okay. I was gonna say, like, where did this piece go? Yeah, that makes more sense. The inside so far. Again, I like the dark green choice. I feel like it's appropriate for Zelda too. A Zelda game. And I also like how the carts are not the same. Like, they definitely, I think, made sure to have the build kind of experience a little bit different between the two Game Boy carts. And look at our battery! Our fake battery here. Even has some embellishments there. So cool. That goes right here. I don't know, does it matter what, okay, it has in the picture, it turned this way, so we'll follow the picture. look at this genuine Game Boy card here. This is how you know, this is how you spot a fake, guys. You follow this. You know if you have a fake one or not. No. But it would be funny if someone used this as a reference. Alright, this goes here. We are in the predicament of trying to place this nicely. I can't ruin this. This is the one I want displayed. So let's try. Hopefully I can center this better. It's tricky though. I wish there was some guide markers. I feel like that's close enough. How'd I do? Oh, let me put the top on. How'd I do? I think that looks more centered than definitely this guy. More centered. Yeah, let's put the sights on. So that's the next page. There's a nice gold, like. Oh, is there a bubble? Oh, I think the stickers. I think there was an imperfection in the mold, and so it's coming through on the sticker here, making it look like I have an air bubble, but it's not. And the gold is making it so it's less obvious. No. Just don't look at it close. Don't look at it close. Oh man. That'd be, I guess. That'd be. Unfortunately, yeah, the gold does not mask the imperfection on that side of that Lego cart. But it looks pretty cool regardless, even though it is not perfect. Like, it's not as, you know, wide as a Lego cart actually is. We compare this up to my yellow. But it still looks pretty cool. Just don't get tricked thinking that you're buying a Game Boy game when this shows up in the mail. But what's really neat about this is we have, right, our game all set. And what you do is you slide this in the back. So let me show. It slides in. It clicks in. That's so cool. So maybe it's okay that this isn't perfect. It shows it on the top there. You don't see the imperfection in the sticker there. But I think we're done. We are done. We reached the end page with our beautiful Game Boy. And stand for the extra Game Boy cart. That was a fun build. I enjoyed that build a lot. It wasn't too complicated, you know, but it was fun. And I like how interactive these parts are. You can spin the wheel for contrast and sound. The headphone jack is there for the stand. And yeah, it's a pretty fast build because there's not that many pieces. It's like a 400 something piece. Oh, where did I put the box? It's down there. 421 piece set. But there are a lot of small repetitive pieces. So you're just putting on a lot of them all at once. So it doesn't take too much, I think, to hunt and search for them. Like I did for the pirate ship one for One Piece. That one took a while to get the right pieces and put them together, assemble it right the first time around. So I think it turned out nice. And it's gonna be nice. I think I'm gonna display it next to my Game Boy games on my shelf back there. So I'll have a nice little area of fake and real consoles. So should be fun. Let's see. Then you turn it on, slowly see the Nintendo logo descending into place, and then ba-bing! Sound! If only this had sound. Yeah, super fun, fast build. It was not complicated at all. I think it's very reasonable for the price point. I got it for... It must have been like $43, $45, including tax. I think a really nice value there. Especially, I know at MSRP it's at $60, but if you get it discounted, highly recommend it. Lego has some amazing engineers to make like stuff like this. I think so. And stand is included. Unlike certain consoles where you have to buy it as an attachment and as an accessory. I'm gonna have to pick this up. I recommend it, Joe. I recommend it. I didn't expect the buttons to press, right? I didn't think they were going to be squishy either. They're squishy. And the D-pad squishy. The start and select buttons, they just have a rubber button, so they're not super squishy in comparison, but that's accurate to, I'm assuming, at least based off of my Game Boy Color here. Actually, let's put them next to each other. Let's clear. Okay. These aren't as, they're a little cushy, but it kind of reminds me of the same sort of effect, pushing them in. I don't have much room for this otherwise. Yeah, I'd probably get it. I feel you there. Space is always an issue for collectors. Thank you, Daniel. I think these days we have handhelds coming out for $1,000. We do have a handheld, though it's like a mini PC. That was $1,000. 220 clear time. Yeah, that's not bad, especially on stream. I feel like the streamer tax. At least the price was something Nintendo got right for handhelds until the 3DS, that is. At the beginning of the 3DS wasn't so great. Eventually, I think it made sense when they had, you know, the XL and the new one. But yeah, I'm really happy with this guy. He looks really impressive in person. If I had to nitpick, the plastic screen, I think, has the scratch that was just there, which is sad. But I guess that's reminiscent of my actual Game Boy Color here. There's scratches here from handling misuse. The buttons, the manufacturer has like these little dots from the, let's see if I can zoom in. You see the little dots here? So they're not perfect, but I think easily ignored. Same with the D-pad, like the center mold has that little dot speck on it, but easily ignored. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty fantastic. And it's cool to see the inner guts and how it all came together, like in a unique way. And it just looks nice. Just looks nice for any Game Boy fans out there. Surprised it wasn't more expensive, right? Especially like with the Nintendo licensing, you would think. You would think. He is a thick boy. The thickest boy. Like, let's compare him to my color here. Like, my color is kind of thick. But this guy, super thick. All the way around. I wish I had a real Game Boy, like OG one, to compare. Unfortunately, I don't have one. But for scale. For scale. It was always kind of thick. That is true. The OGs were always kind of thick. The color that has Badak Kanak? What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, BBBO Game Boy Color. Yes, yes. And the thing is, I don't have my cover plate here, so it's not as obvious. See, you definitely want to get one now. I recommend it. I highly recommend it. Battle scars give it some character, right? And some history. It's not a legit Game Boy if it's not broken in. They were indestructible. I dropped mine so many times. I'm surprised I didn't get some issue with it. Outside, of course, the scraped screen. I think the biggest jump handhelds had besides color was going from non-rechargeable batteries to rechargeable ones. I agree. I burned through so many AA batteries on this. So many. And I tried for a little bit those like rechargeable lithium batteries, though I don't remember how long those lasted. I think that's why my cover plate's missing, because I used one of those packs with those rechargeable lithium batteries. So it's MIA. I don't know what happened to it. Having a backlight was also a game changer, I'm sure. Jess, how am I? Feeling good. I just built this lovely Game Boy Lego set, and very pleased with how it turned out. 20-ish hours on Game Boy Color, I want to say. For the regular like Duracell like AA's, that sounds right. I just don't know with those battery packs. Maybe it was similar, but I'm not sure. Let's see, it's baffling that the original Game Boy Advances didn't have backlight, right? Until the SP. And not all the SPs. It was like a certain one that had, you know, the best backlight. Wild. Yeah, back in the day, the GBA SP is legendary for, and I unfortunately never had one, but they always looked cool. I found my old Pikachu Game Boy Color, or Game Boy, and Pokemon Yellow had Mewtwo uploaded into the cart from a Nintendo Roadshow. That's awesome, Goober. I'm glad that save file is still working. You might have to double check the battery, right? Make sure that doesn't die on you. SP Generation didn't know how good they had it. I agree. They were always looking out elsewhere. Yeah, I think the OG had AA batteries, while the Game Boy Pocket used AAA. Oh, really? Interesting. I did not know that. Isaac, it's going well. We just built this Game Boy here on stream, and it didn't take too long, actually. It was a fun build. I think Lego could totally do the original PS2 because of the shape. Yeah, I think so too. The fat PS2 would be fun with that, you know, the blue stand too to give it some color. I think that would be a fun build. Though the question is, would they do it life size or just a smaller replica? Because that's a lot of bricks just to have a replica, you know, PS2. I don't know. Authentic yellow. Let's see. I spent way too many nights recharging AA batteries on my Game Boy Color. All of my social medias are posted on my About page, if you're interested. I stole many batteries from my mom's shop to play my Game Boy Color. Did she find out? I'm ready for the Lego Dreamcast. But legitimately, like, which is the next console you guys see getting a Lego treatment? Like, do you think it's going to be another handheld or a home console one? Is it going to be Nintendo again? Or we mentioned PS2. Would it be Sony's next? Be interesting to see what they do. Are they just going to make a Switch one? Would you guys buy a Switch one if they made a Switch one and had like a cool TV set, I guess? Kind of like what they did with the NES one. Have like a movable set. I don't know. Gotta be a Game Gear. It would look good. Game Gear would be cool. Which consoles already have the Lego set? This one and the NES. See, I'd love to see that. Hoping for the OG Game Boy Advance. That would be awesome, actually, because I'm very fond of my Game Boy Advance. And I just saw these for 50 bucks at Sam's Club. Oh, Sam's Club has them too? Nice. 50 is better than 60. I'm surprised they're not the same price, though, as Costco. But, hey, 50 is, I think, a good deal. Oh, you're gonna get one? I hope you enjoy building it. So I had a lot of fun building it. I'd like a PS2 as Lego or a PS3. I think like when it comes to like form factor, a PS2 might look cooler in Lego form than maybe a PS3, but maybe that's just my opinion. Because I like the black and blue rather than the silvery black they kind of went with on the PS3 era. It's still the best-selling Soul game handheld. Wild. The DS. If they make a DS one, like, I wonder how they would handle the hinge. Like, the chunky one, I think definitely could be built in Lego form. I would just be concerned about the hinge, how well it would hold up. But could be cool. Find the GameCube to be the most expressive console design ever. The GameCube would be cool. I don't know if they would choose the GameCube because it wasn't like the best-selling console, you know, of the generation. But there is, I think, definitely a lot of nostalgia and kind of looking backwards that it was a more impressive console than people gave credit, you know, back then. Hello, OG Game Boy fans, and PSP are your favorite handhelds? Those are all great ones. All great ones. I could see a PS2 being broken down into Lego. But I was like, you know, whenever you have like a Lego game or if they have like an advertisement, they have something built in Lego, then it kind of like crumbles into little bits. Like I always thought that was like a really cool design choice, you know, how they express everything could be built with Lego. If they do a console, it'd be nice to add controllers. I think controllers would be cool. Maybe hard to build in Lego, but I'm sure it's doable. It's doable. This was not hard to assemble at all, Isaac. It was very simple, actually. One of the most simple Lego sets I built. Though that's not speaking too much. I've only done the pirate ship for One Piece recently, and then like more vintage 90s, 2000 sets. I never had an SCNS, so I don't really have any nostalgia for that. But there's some great games that came out in the SCNS era, for sure, that I appreciate. I'd like to see them try doing a Lego N64 controller. I could see it being possible. It would definitely look a little funky, but that controller looks funky anyway. But it'd be colorful. There's a lot of cool colors that N64 had in different variants. So imagine someone just builds like a wall, like, or a nice display case of all the N64 controllers in Lego form in the different colors. I think that'd be cool. The One Piece pirate ship was way more complicated. It was, but it was fun. And it still looks cool, but definitely more complicated, for sure. This probably would have been a nice introductory or ease back into Lego set compared to that pirate ship. But the Going Merry was still a fun build, though. Despite it's, I think it took me, was it 3 sessions to build it on stream? Let's go back even further and give me a Lego Vectrex. I know they do, like, you know, those fan submissions, like the dream sets where people make something and people, I think there's some sort of vetting process that sometimes those turn into actual retail sets. Maybe someone has one of those up on that sort of thing. Did I figure out where I'm putting the Going Merry? Unfortunately, right now, it's right next to where my Yu-Gi-Oh figures are. Right behind my PC in my little desk area. That's where it's sitting right now. Not the most ideal, but I do see it every day. So it worked out, I suppose. Oh, man. Well, I had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys today, building this awesome Lego set. I'm honestly going to be, I think, pressing the buttons like all day today. For the rest of the day, I'm just going to be messing around with this and pushing the buttons because it's just, it just sparks so much joy, you know? Recreating an actual Game Boy in Lego form. But I'm going to end today's stream so I could probably prepare dinner shortly here. But thanks everyone for coming by, saying hello. I appreciate that. And tomorrow we'll be doing some more Digimon, which should be fun. And thank you for the super chat there, Trin. Thanks for streaming the Lego build. Of course, I'm glad I streamed it. I feel like it's more fun to do these sort of things on stream. So I'm glad you guys like it too. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for the fun, different stream. Enjoy your TJ's, Kirkland, all that stuff. I'm still deciding what to... Oh, one thing at Costco today. Before I end today. They had one of the... I forget what the brand is. They do a lot of those, you know, authentic kind of Mexican cuisine stuff in packaging. And other sort of South American, Central American stuff. But they had El Pastor for the first time. And they had like a huge like sample station too. And it was actually really good. And it's so much cheaper than their carnitas or their other sort of branded stuff for like 2 pounds of meat. I think it was only like $12.99. I was like, oh, I'm grabbing maybe one or two of these. So that was my my find today from Costco that I was happy about. Because usually whenever I go like to a Mexican restaurant, El Pastor is usually my, or Al Pastor is my meat of choice. So I was happy to have that. And for such a good, like $12.99 for 2 pounds of it. And it was actually pretty tasty from the sample. So I was happy. It was refrigerated, Al Pastor. They had it right next to, like, you know, where they have the tamales and the other sort of refrigerated Mexican cuisine stuff. But anyway, on that food note, I'm probably going to make that tonight, maybe. But Al Pastor slabs, it's so good. It's so good. Like, so many good spices. And I'm hoping this one, like, there's not going to be too much fat in it. Based on the sample, it didn't seem that bad. It seemed just like pure meat, which is amazing for that price. But anyway, we'll do our games tomorrow and this weekend. I'll be streaming Digimon, I think the next 2 days, and then we'll be doing Resident Evil 2 Remake to get back into horror streams this weekend on Sunday and probably bleed into Monday so I could finish Leon's route. Yes, pure meat. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to more Digimon because we're visiting, you know, different areas and meeting new Digimon. It's been fun. And I'm hoping to build out a team. I still need Gatomon to show up so I can, or I should make Gatomon somehow. I haven't gotten her yet. She's my favorite of the Digimon, digital monsters. But hopefully we'll see her tomorrow in the game or on Saturday. But anyway, you all take care. Have a good rest of your evening or morning if you live in a different time zone.